All right.
I feel like I have seen you in the last few years. Thank you. Please be seated. I was thinking I hadn't seen you in a long time, but I feel like maybe I have.
It's been a long time.
All right. Well, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you. How have you been?
Good. Yeah, hanging in there, a little busy. How about you?
Okay.
Good. All right. Let me get this put together because we are running a little late. My apologies to everyone for that. And let me get logged in, and we will get started with our interpreter cases. So, all righty. Yeah, please. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a real good idea. Okay. All righty. So can the interpreter hear me?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
All right. Good afternoon. And so, if the DOs know who these folks are, hang on. I'm just pulling it up. Let's get them put up at the podium before I start. All righty. This is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for March 21st, 2025.
Esta es la comparecencia inicial de las 2 de la tarde del 21 de marzo del 2025.
And let's get Mr. Rodriguez Chavez up here, please.
¿Qué pasa el señor Rodríguez Chávez, por favor?
The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the first calendar of the month will also apply to these hearings.
Las huellas dactilares, al igual que las muestras de ADN que se tomaron al principio del mes, aplican para todas estas audiencias también.
All right. Sir, may I please have your full name and your date of birth?
Señor, ¿me da su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor?
Alonso Rodríguez Chávez, nací el 23 de enero de 1972.
Alonso Rodríguez Chávez, I was born January 23rd of 72.
All right. Sir, you've been arrested on the following allegations.
Señor, lo detuvieron por las siguientes acusaciones.
Aggravated assault on a first responder, a class 4 felony.
Por agresión con agravante a un socorrista, delito de categoría 4.
Resisting arrest, a class 6 felony.
Por desacato a las autoridades, delito de categoría 6.
Assault as a class 3 misdemeanor.
Agresión, falta de categoría 3.
And criminal trespass as a class 3 misdemeanor.
Y entrada ilícita con fines delictivos, una falta de categoría 3.
Let me just check, counsel. Are you here for this case?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
¿Abogado, está usted aquí para este caso? No, señora juez.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you're also here on a warrant in an older case.
Señor Rodríguez, también lo detuvieron por una orden de arresto en un caso viejo que tiene.
You've already been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, which are class 5 felonies.
Tenía usted ya las acusaciones, son 2 por agresión con agravante contra una autoridad, delitos de categoría 5 cada uno.
And resisting arrest, a class 6 felony.
Y por desacato a las autoridades, delito de categoría 6.
This warrant issued after you failed to appear for a court hearing on January 29th of 2019.
Y esta orden de arresto se emitió el 24 de enero del 2019 porque no compareció a su audiencia.
You have already had a lawyer appointed in that case.
En ese caso ya tenía usted nombrado un abogado.
And I'm going to appoint that same lawyer for you in this new case.
Le voy a nombrar al mismo abogado para su caso nuevo.
You have the same, no, I'm sorry, you have slightly different court dates in these cases.
Tiene diferentes fechas para sus audiencias.
In the new arrest, you will have a status conference on March 27th at 8:30 in the morning.
En el caso nuevo tiene una audiencia de actualización el 27 de marzo a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And a preliminary hearing on March 31st at 8:30 in the morning.
Y el 31 de marzo a las 8:30 la audiencia preliminar.
On March 28th, you will have 2 court dates.
El 28 de marzo va a tener 2 audiencias.
¿Puedo hablar?
Can I say something?
Not yet.
Todavía no.
In the morning, on the older case, you will go to an arraignment hearing at 8:30.
En la mañana de ese día va a pasar a una audiencia para su comparecencia inicial en el caso viejo.
At 1:30 p.m. on the 28th, you will go to a bail eligibility hearing in the new case.
No puedo hablar.
Sorry, Your Honor. A la 1:30 de la tarde va a pasar a una audiencia para ver si le pueden fijar una fianza.
All right, I will give you a chance to speak at the end.
Al último va a poder hablar, señor, momentito.
All right, in the new case, because you are accused of new felonies while you have an open pending felony case, you cannot be given bail today.
No se le puede dar fianza hoy. No se le puede dar porque el caso nuevo que tiene, las acusaciones las levantó cuando ya estaba todavía sin cerrar el caso viejo que tenía.
The law requires that you be held for a bail hearing.
Por ley, tengo que tenerlo detenido hasta que haya una audiencia para la fianza.
And again, that will be 1 week from today at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Y esta va a ser en una semana más a la 1:30 de la tarde.
You may or may not be found eligible for bail next week, but you are not eligible today.
La semana que viene puede que le fijen fianza y puede que no, pero el día de hoy no es elegible para que se le dé fianza.
In the older case, bail is set in the amount of $2,500 secured.
En el caso viejo, tiene una fianza de $2,500 para asegurar su comparecencia.
And you have other written conditions in that case that I will let you read for yourself.
Tiene otras condiciones escritas, sus medidas cautelares se le van a dar por escrito, usted las puede leer.
But there is no point in trying to post that bond if you are still being held without bond in the new case.
No tiene caso que deposite la fianza del caso viejo porque en el nuevo no tiene derecho a fianza.
And if you were trying to tell me that you were deported from the United States in between the older case and now, I already know that.
Si lo que me quería comentar es que lo habían deportado entre el caso viejo y el nuevo, yo ya tengo esa información.
That has not affected the court's decision in that case.
Eso no afecta mi decisión en el caso.
Was there anything else that you wanted to tell me?
¿Hay algo más que me quisiera decir?
Es que no me marcaron a mí el día de la mañana. No me marcaron nada a mí. Yo salí de allí y estaba con ellos. Sí, o sea, no me marcaron nada.
I need a clarification, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Cuando
Sí,
dice
yo
que
no-
no le... Señor, momentito, por favor. Cuando dice que no le marcaron nada, ¿a qué se refiere?
Que no me avisaron que me quedara ahí y yo salí y los muchachos que estaban ahí también salieron. O sea, nos corrieron de ahí.
Well, the thing is that they didn't let us stay. They didn't tell me. Nobody informed me that I needed to stay. They, in fact, made us leave. The other guys that were there, they made them leave too.
All right, please talk to your lawyer about those issues. The court finds that does not affect its decision today.
Hable con su abogado sobre ese tema, señor. Eso no afecta mi decisión el día de hoy.
If you step to your left to get your paperwork, you'll be back in court next week. Thank
Sí, yo
you.
La
esperé a los
semana que viene
policías.
tienes, señor,
El nuevo caso.
señor,
Mande.
la semana que viene tiene su audiencia. Recoja los documentos con el alguacil, por favor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and if the interpreter can make a general call, I think that's our only customer.
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguna persona que necesite ayuda en español? Si necesita español, levante la mano, por favor.
Oh, we've got somebody. We do.
And just for the record, Your Honor, Maite Lopez, court interpreter.
Okay, thank you. I think this is Mr. Grijalva. All right, sir. In Spanish, please give me your name and date of birth.
Señor, deme su nombre y fecha de nacimiento en español.
Isaac Grijalva, febrero 3 del 74.
Isaac Grijalva, February 3rd of 74.
All right, thank you. Mr. Grijalva, you are before the court for two cases.
Gracias, señor Grijalva. Tiene usted dos casos ante mí.
One is a new arrest and one is a probation hold.
Una es por una acusación nueva y la otra es porque lo tenían con una marca en probatorio.
In the new case, you were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony.
En el caso nuevo lo detuvieron por agresión con agravante y fue con arma mortífera o con un instrumento de peligro, delito de categoría 3.
Also, criminal damage as a Class 1 misdemeanor.
También por daños a terceros, falta de categoría 1.
I am appointing a lawyer for you in this case and in your probation case.
Le estoy nombrando un abogado para este caso nuevo y para el de probatorio también.
Because pursuant to their policy, the probation department is planning to file a petition to revoke your probation based on this new arrest.
Porque de acuerdo a la política del departamento de probatorio, van a interponer una petición para revocarle el probatorio porque tiene una acusación nueva.
But you will have a lawyer there to advise you on both cases.
Va a tener un abogado para que lo asesore en ambos casos.
Now, in each of these two cases, you are going to be released today because the court did not find probable cause on the new arrest.
Ahora, en estos casos va a poder salir hoy. Lo voy a poner en libertad porque determiné que no vi motivos fundados para que lo hayan detenido.
That does not mean the cases are dismissed.
Eso no quiere decir que ya se le retiraron los casos.
It just means you're entitled to be released today while the cases move forward.
Solo quiere decir que lo puedo poner en libertad hoy mientras siguen adelante sus casos.
You can speak to your lawyer more about how that works.
Puede preguntarle más a su abogado para que le explique cómo funciona.
But in essence, the police failed to adequately document how they identified you as the person who allegedly did these things.
Pero esencialmente lo que pasa es que los policías no documentaron adecuadamente cómo fue que lo identificaron a usted como el autor de lo que sucedió.
So I'm going to give you your court dates, and then you are released without any other conditions.
Le voy a dar una fecha que tiene que presentarse una audiencia al tribunal. Fuera de eso lo voy a dejar en libertad sin ninguna otra restricción.
Your first court date is in your probation case. It is 1 week from today on March 28th at 8:30 in the morning.
Su primer caso es por el quebrantamiento de probatorio, es en una semana más, va a ser el 28 de marzo a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And the address in downtown Phoenix is on your paperwork.
El domicilio a donde va a ir, aquí en el centro de Phoenix, están los documentos que le van a dar.
In the new arrest, you have two court dates. The first is April 4th at 8:30 for a status conference.
En el caso nuevo va a tener dos audiencias. La primera audiencia va a ser el 4 de abril a las 8:30 para una audiencia de actualización.
And I'm also scheduling your preliminary hearing for April 8th at 8:30 in the morning.
También queda programada su audiencia preliminar el 8 de abril a las 8:30 de la mañana.
I meant to check a box to put the number on your paperwork and I forgot, but don't forget to call your probation officer within 72 hours of any release from jail, okay?
Se me olvidó anotarle el teléfono en sus documentos, pero en cuanto salga tiene solo 72 horas para marcarle a su agente del probatorio.
And then just keep complying with probation while these cases are going on, okay?
Siga cumpliendo con su probatorio mientras esté pendiente los casos.
All right, if you grab your paperwork, you'll be out in a few hours. It's very slow. Try to be patient.
Thank you.
Tenga paciencia, le van a dar sus documentos.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Lopez. Have a great day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Take care. Okay. All right, and so, counsel, what case are you here for?
It's, my client is Jeffrey Rojo, Your Honor.
Okay, give me a second. Rojo?
Yes, ma'am.
Like the color? Oh, yeah, okay. You're going to be sitting a while. Do you want to, yeah, that's one, counsel, yeah, that's one, I think we definitely, yeah. If you want to use the room, but we do those at the end.
We've done that already.
Oh, fine, okay, so I apologize, it's going to be a bit, because you're going to go at the end.
I understand.
Okay, all right, thank you. Go ahead and just make yourself comfortable and, you know,
Thank you.
Right, permission to look at your phone. Counsel, what case are you here on?
Ms. Webb, Your Honor, the co-defendant.
Okay, same for you. All righty, great.
Thank you.
Okay, then let us move on. We're going to go to Shelby Kiefer. Shelby Kiefer, please come all the way to the podium. And then Melvin Johnson, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
It's Shelby Ray Kiefer, 5977.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You are before the court in two cases. One is a new arrest and one is a warrant in an older case. I'm going to start with your new arrest. You were booked in on one allegation of organized retail theft of merchandise, which is a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. You're going to end up with the same lawyer in both cases because you already have an open case and had counsel appointed. That's number 14 on the calendar. You've been charged in that case with possessing dangerous and narcotic drugs as a Class 4 felonies, drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and shoplifting as a Class 1 misdemeanor. And the warrant in that case issued out of a sentencing hearing that you failed to appear at on February 13th. So we're just going to give you a status conference before your sentencing judge in that case. That's going to be this Thursday, March 27th at 8:30 in the morning. In the new case, you're going to have a status conference. Oh, good. We can give you the same date and time. Status conference March 27th, 8:30 in the morning. That's both cases. You also need a preliminary hearing in the new case. That'll be March 31st at 8:30 in the morning. Now, in the new case only, I'm setting a third hearing in between those. It is a bail eligibility hearing. It will be 1 week from today, March 28th, 1:30 in the afternoon. The reason you need a bail hearing is you're not eligible for bail today in the new case. When you come in with probable cause for new felonies, while you have an open felony case like this, the law says I have to hold you for a bail hearing. That will happen in 7 days at 1:30 p.m. You may or may not be found eligible for bail next week, but you are not eligible today in the new case. Now, in the older case, that operates separately. I'm going to affirm the bond that was set by your sentencing judge, and that is $1,000 cash only with written conditions. You shouldn't try to post that, though, if you're still being held without bond in the new case. You'll see your lawyer on the 27th. You can talk to your lawyer about what's going to happen at the bail hearing the next day. On your paperwork, it's called an evidentiary hearing. That's your bail hearing.
Okay.
If you step to your left, you get that paperwork. Thank you. You're all done.
Oh, so I come back.
Not to this court, but you'll go downtown. Next week, you'll have a status conference on the 27th. You can talk to your lawyer about the bail hearing that's happening on the 28th. Everything's on your paperwork. All right, Mr. Johnson? And then Samuel Vanegas Barrera, will you please go to the chair? Mr. Vanegas Barrera to the chair. Mr. Johnson, could you come in, please? Where's Johnson? Officer, can you find Johnson for me, please?
Is it Melvin?
Melvin, yeah, he's kind of 55-ish, gray hair, black hoodie.
Melvin Johnson?
Is that him? Okay. All right, right here to the podium, please, Mr. Johnson, and then Mr. Vanegas Barrera will be next. Unless did I skip somebody?
Fleming, Your Honor, and Lucero?
Okay, I'm getting to them. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe we got I don't know if they were out of order, but I'll call the names. I'm not sure what order you've got. All right, Mr. Johnson, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Melvin R. Johnson, November 3rd, 1967.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Johnson, you're here on a warrant from the Coconino County Superior Court. It is a probation violation warrant. Looks like this warrant issued for you on November 7th of 2022. I'm going to let them know they should give you a lawyer when you get there, and we have to reprint. Sorry, because I said Maricopa County Public Defender. I can't appoint them for you. You need a Coconino County Public Defender. So we're just going to reprint that so we don't get yelled at by Maricopa County. And your arraignment hearing up there in Coconino is scheduled for March 26th, so 5 days from now at 8:30 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. I'm going to affirm their bond. It is $5,000 secured with written conditions. Now, if you bond out, you need to be up in Flagstaff in 5 days, or you're going to lose that bond money, and they'll issue another warrant for your arrest, which could be a no bond warrant. If you don't bond out, the Coconino County Sheriffs have to arrange for your transport from Maricopa. So everything's going to be on your paperwork. When you've got the fresh copy, we're going to get that to you. If you'll step to your left, we'll send it out to you. Thank you, sir. You're all done. All righty, then Mr. Vanegas Barrera. After that, Mr. Fleming, please. Right here, sir. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Samuel Alfredo Vanegas Barrera, 08/30/2000.
All right, thank you. You are here on a new case. You were arrested on one allegation of aggravated assault by the impeding of breathing or strangulation in a domestic relationship, which is a Class 4 felony. and assault as a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for both of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case. You have 2 upcoming court dates. The first is a status conference this Thursday, March 27th at 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be March 31st at 8:30 in the morning. The dates and the address will be on your paperwork. In this case, you have a $15,000 secured appearance bond and written release conditions that include, if you post bond, that you will be on an electronic ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. The purpose of the ankle monitor is to keep you honest about having no contact with the alleged victim. Whether you are in or out of jail, you may have absolutely no contact with her. You may not respond to any contact from her. You may not go to the scene of the alleged crimes. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. You must obey any order of protection that's served on you, and you may not reside where she resides. And I assumed that you do, but I wasn't sure, so I just phrased it as you cannot live where she lives. If you do, you have to find alternative residence and bring proof to pretrial services within 24 hours after any release from jail. You can do a civil standby to collect belongings. I know that's a lot. It is all on your paperwork. If you step to your left, she'll give you a copy of that. Okay. Thank you. All right, Mr. Fleming, and then Robert Lucero, will you please go to the chair? Good afternoon, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Fleming Armani, 050486.
First name Armani, last name Fleming?
Fleming, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Sorry.
All right, you're here on a new case. You got arrested for 2 allegations of drug sales. 1 for dangerous drugs, 1 for narcotic drugs. Those are Class 2 felonies. 2 allegations of simple possession. 1 for dangerous drugs, 1 for narcotic drugs, and those are Class 4 felonies. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference, March 27th, which is this Thursday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing March 31st at 8:30 in the same court. Your bond is $5,000. It is secured. If you post it, comply with all of your written conditions. That includes no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, she'll give you a copy. Thank you. Mr. Lucero, and then Edward Wisman, will you go to the chair? This sometimes bodes ill. It can mean that it's starting to stutter and then it'll crash. Oh. So, all right. Are you Mr. Lucero?
Yes, I am.
All right. Full name and date of birth, please, sir.
August 5th, 1974.
All right. Thank you. You are here on a new case. You got arrested for possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. It's a Class 4 felony. Drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you.
Okay.
Your next court date is a status conference, March 27th, which is this Thursday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing March 31st at 8:30. Your bond is $5,000. It is secured. If you bond out, you are ordered to comply with all of your written conditions. Do not miss your court dates. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Whitman? Error messages between it? Okay, all righty. We're getting error messages on the computer that often presage an outage. All righty. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Edward Elroy Wisman, month September, day 12th, year 1990.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wisman, you were here on 1 new case and 1, oops. Hold on a second. Our system has been stuttering for a couple minutes, and now it's not loading. Okay. Did you close it and reopen it?
No, I just clicked on the.
Okay, I've got number 5. Let's see if it'll load. 34 won't load. Okay. Sometimes these computer problems will resolve in a few seconds sometimes. All right, I'm going to continue on with number 5, which is your new case. I'm going to tell you about your probation in a second. So in the new case, the charges are dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Piece of paper. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. And so I'm setting 2 court dates for you in this new case. The first is going to be a status conference, March 27th. That's going to be at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing March 31st at 8:30. Same court, address on your paperwork. And you're going to have a $1,000 secured appearance bond in each case. You are on probation in a separate felony case in the probation department. It just loaded. Looks like there was already a warrant. Nope, I apologize. It's not a warrant. This is a page 2. Probation will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on the new arrest. So you have to go to probation court. Also, you will have a lawyer there to represent you. Your court date in probation court will be 1 week from today, which is March 28th, 8:30 in the morning, for a revocation agreement and possible disposition hearing. As I noted, your bond in each case is $1,000 secured for $2,000 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. If you step to your left, they've got your paperwork for you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Martinez. And then Daniel Ornella, so you please go to the chair. Hi, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Robert James Martinez, 31185.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for possessing narcotic and dangerous drugs. Those are Class 4 felonies. Also drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference, March 27th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be March 31st at 8:30, same court. Your bond is $2,000. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, come to all of your court dates. If you step to your left, she'll give you a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Ornella? Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Hi, Jerry. My name is Daniel Ornelas, born in April 21st, 1992.
Okay, thank you. You are here on a new case. You got arrested for criminal damage as a Class 5 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference this Thursday, March 27th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be Monday, March 31st at 8:30 in the same court. That address will be on your paperwork. Your bond is $2,000. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, and that includes no victim contact. If you have been living there, you can do a civil standby to collect belongings, but you may not live there while the case is pending or have any contact with the victim. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. All righty, then we're going to go with Ms. Valenzuela, Lori Valenzuela, and then Raul Vasquez. We go to the chair. Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Lori Nicole Valenzuela, August 22nd, 1999.
All right, ma'am. You are here on 2 probation warrants. Looks like you're on probation in 2 felony cases. And on November 21st of this year, there were petitions, there were petitions to revoke your probation filed in both cases. They allege that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. You will get a copy of those from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in both cases. You have the same next court date. It is March 28th at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in the downtown probation court. Now, in number 20 on the court calendar, that's the case, that's the older case, the 2019 case. I'm affirming the probation judge's $1,000 secured appearance bond. In the 2023 case, it looks like this is your first petition to revoke, and he set you a $50 secured appearance bond, which I'm also affirming. So your total bond for the 2 cases is $1,050. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. You step to your left, she's got your paperwork. Thank you. All right, Mr. Vasquez, and then Tanya Gonzalez, who please go to the chair. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Hello, ma'am. My name is Raul Vasquez Jr. South 5, 1982.
All right, thanks. Mr. Vasquez, you're here on 1 warrant from the El Mirage City Court and a new arrest out of El Mirage. I'm going to start with your warrant, which is number 6 on the calendar. In that case, it looks like you have been convicted of interfering with judicial proceedings, also known as disobeying the order or mandate of a court. This is a failure to comply warrant that issued March 20th of this year.
Okay.
And we're going to give you a court date in El Mirage of March 25th, which is 4 days from now. I believe that's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, March 25th, 8 in the morning in El Mirage. The address is on your paperwork. I am affirming the $200 secured appearance bond in that case and giving you a lawyer to help you with the bond in the event that you don't postpone. If you're unable to postpone, the lawyer will be there on Tuesday to help you with that issue only. All right, in the new case, they arrested you for drug paraphernalia, possession of Class 1 misdemeanor, and your arraignment hearing is actually going to be March 8th at 8 a.m. in El Mirage. And the reason it's a different court date is I did not find probable cause for the new arrest.
Okay.
They did not describe any items of drug paraphernalia. All they did was announce that you generically had drug paraphernalia. That is not sufficient for probable cause. It does not mean the case is dismissed.
Sure.
It just means you're entitled to be released in that case only. You still have a bond in the other case. So in this case only, the court date is April 8th, 8 in the morning, and you are entitled to be released in that case. So your total bond today, $200 with conditions. If you bond out, comply with those, don't miss your court date. So if you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork.
All right, so that means I'm not released at all?
We have to $200 bond in the older case, but you are released in the new case.
Okay, after, all right.
So, all right.
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Good luck, sir. Ms. Gonzalez? And then Mario Rivera. We go to the chair. Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Tanya Gonzalez, 53088.
All right, thanks. You are here on 4 matters. 1 is a new case, and 3 are probation holds. In the new case, you were arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 6 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in this case and in all 3 of your probation cases. You're on probation for 3 Class 6 felonies, and the probation department will be filing petitions to revoke your probation based on this new arrest. So you have a lawyer for everything. Your first court date is in the new case. It is Thursday, March 27th at 8:30. That'll be a status conference. Your preliminary hearing will be the following Monday, March 31st at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. And in probation, you'll go on Friday, 1 week from today, which is March 28th at 8:30 in the morning. That's for all 3 cases. Everything's going to be on your paperwork along with your written condition. In each of your 3 probation cases, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. In the new case, you have a $50 secured appearance bond just to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That's $1,550 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, call your PO within 72 hours of release. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. All right, let's go with Mr. Rivera, please. After that, Jose Garcia. Are you Mr. Rivera, sir? Okay, right here at the podium, please. And then Jose Garcia, if you go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
April 24, 1955, Mario Rivera.
Okay, thank you, sir. You are here on 3 matters. 1 is a new arrest, new felony arrest. 1 is a probation hold, and 1 is a city court warrant. I'm going to start with your new case. You were arrested for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case and in your probation case. You're on probation for a Class 6 felony, and the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on this new arrest. You'll get a copy of that petition at your next court date. That's going to be I'm just going to give her a second. I don't think she realizes how loud that is. I don't know her. I've never dealt with her before. I think she's new. Just 1 second, sir, okay? All right, I apologize, Mr. Rivera. I'm going to back up a little bit in your case just to make sure that we're both on track for what's happening to you, okay? You came in on a new arrest. I found probable cause. I'm giving you a lawyer in both cases. Let me tell you your court dates for that new case. The first one is this Thursday, March 27th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference. Your preliminary hearing will be the following Monday, March 31st at 8:30. That's all on your paperwork. Now, in your probation case, you will also have a lawyer. You're going to go to court 1 week from today, which is Friday, March 28th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Finally, you need to go to El Mirage City Court because they issued a failure to appear warrant for you on a criminal trespass case. It's a Class 1 and a Class 3 misdemeanor. You're going to have an arraignment hearing there March 25th. So that's actually your first court date is El Mirage. It's this Tuesday, March 25th at 8 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. Now, in your felony probation case, your bond is $250. That's secured. In each of the other two cases, you have a $50 placeholder bond, which is set to make sure you are eligible for credit for time in custody and to ensure that you will be taken over to court. Your total bond is thus $350 for all three cases. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, and call your probation officer within 72 hours of hitting the street, okay?
Yes.
It's up to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork.
All right, thank
Good
you.
luck, sir. Mr. Garcia, and then Leanna Richards, will you please go to the chair? Where is Mr. Jose Garcia? He's a young guy officer, was he the one who got taken out? Okay. All right, Ms. Richards, Leanna Richards, will you come up? After that, Anthony Little, will you go to the chair? Move down, whoops. Move him down, and I'm sure Katrina will mark him out. All righty, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
I'm Leanna Richards, 125-2000.
Okay, thanks. You are here on 3 warrants from 3 different justice courts. I'll just tell you what they are in order. Out of the El Centro Justice Court, the warrant is for a case in which you've been charged with DUI, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Number 31 is from the West Mesa Justice Court. You've been charged there with driving on a suspended license, also a Class 1 misdemeanor. And in the Hacienda Justice Court, you've been charged with driving on a suspended license, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal speeding, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor. All right. We're going to give you the same next court date for all 3 cases, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Okay.
It is March 26th, this Wednesday, 8:30 in the morning at the various courts, and those addresses will be on your paperwork. And in each of these 3 cases, based on your record of failing to appear, you have a $250 secured appearance bond in each case. That's $750 total. The reason that you have the court date on the same date and time is so that if you don't post bond, you'll go to video court 1 time. I think it's in a neighboring courtroom here at the jail. That's why we do that. But if you do bond out, you're going to have to call 2 of these courts. You can't be in 3 places at one time. And I know that's a bit of a catch, but I'm warning you about it because if you don't call them and tell them, I'm triple booked, I need a new court date, please, they will issue a warrant for your arrest, and this is going to happen again.
Okay.
I did also appoint the public defender for you in the event you do not make bond. I think in the DUI case, you get the lawyer for the whole case, but in the other 2, the only reason you're getting a lawyer appointed today is because I did give you a bond. If you post it, they're going to withdraw in those just the traffic cases. I believe in the DUI, you're entitled to a lawyer for the whole case, the public defender.
Okay.
But if you bond out, they'll withdraw when you get there. So hopefully all of that made sense. Everything's on your paperwork. And as I said, if you don't post bond, you'll have court same day right here, which is Wednesday. You step to your left, she's got that paperwork for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Little? And then Paul Samuel, so please go to the chair. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Anthony Little, 625-84.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a warrant from Pioneer Justice Court, which I believe is Pinal County. You've been charged there with shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and now they've added a charge of failing to appear in a misdemeanor case, which is itself a Class 2 misdemeanor. So I'm going to set you an arraignment hearing there of Wednesday, March 26th, which is 8:30 in the morning. The address in Pinal County is on your paperwork. Your bond is $250. It is secured. If you bond out, you need to be down there. I think it's Santan Valley, but it's on your paperwork. You need to be down there on the 26th or you'll lose that bond money and they'll issue another warrant for your arrest. If you don't bond out, the Pinal County Sheriffs are going to have to arrange your transport from Maricopa. You step to your left, she's going to give you a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Samuels. And then Erica Cuffey, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Paul Samuels, January 5th, 1986.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for 3 things. They are dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, possession, a Class 6 felony, and criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. That is a Class 3 misdemeanor. For purposes of this hearing only, I found probable cause on the criminal trespass only, not on the drug allegations, because the police did not provide enough information to support their allegation that what you had was Xanax. So that does not mean the drug charges are dismissed. It just means I'm not setting release conditions for them. Talk to your lawyer about this in more detail. You were here on 3 other cases. The first one is out of the Kyrene Justice Court. And in that court, you have been charged with drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and false reporting to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. This is a failure to appear warrant that issued January 3rd of 2025. So your next court date in that court is going to be the 26th at 8:30 in the morning in the Kyrene Justice Court. I'm going to roll back and give you your court dates for the brand new case too, just so I don't have to do it all at once. All right, in the brand new case, that's the drug case where I found probable cause on the trespassing. Your status conference is Thursday, March 27th at 8:30 in the morning, with the preliminary hearing March 31st at 8:30 in the morning. That information will be on your paperwork along with the court address. Now, you're also here on 2 probation holds because the probation department is alleging that your new arrest violates your probation. So I'm appointing a lawyer for you in those cases, those 2 cases. You also have to go to court for those 2 cases. Your court date is Friday, March 28th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court for a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Now your bonds are as follows. In the Kyrene Justice Court, I am affirming their bond. It is $100 and it is secured. In each of the other 3 cases, I'm setting a $50 secured appearance bond, which is meant to make you eligible for credit for time in custody in the event you don't make bond. It is set that low because I only found probable cause for the criminal trespassing, not the drug charges. Your total bond across all 4 cases is $250. It is secured. If you bond out, Mr. Samuels, call your PO within 72 hours of hitting the street. The number is on your paperwork. Step to your left, she'll give you a copy of everything. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, then Ms. Cuffey, and after that, Ruben Amaya. Please go to the chair. We got to redo, I forgot that, what? One second.
He said.
No, you stay right there. Yeah, just stay right there. All right, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please, ma'am?
Erica Cussy, September 20th, 1988.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for assault and disorderly conduct, both alleged as Class 1 so-called domestic violence misdemeanors. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. That'll happen at your next court date in the El Mirage City Court, which will be April the 8th at 8 in the morning, which is at least 2 weeks from now, maybe a little more. April the 8th, 8 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. You don't have much, if any, criminal history, and based on what's been alleged against you, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance with domestic violence release conditions, which means you're going to have to find somewhere else to stay while the case is pending. You can do a civil standby to collect belongings from this location, but you cannot live there or have any contact with the alleged victim while the case is pending. You can't possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. If you get served with an order of protection, you have to comply with that as well. Will you comply with all of these conditions and come to court in this case?
Yes.
All right, then you are released. Still takes a few hours. Try to be patient. She's going to hand you your paperwork, and they'll put you in the pipeline to be released, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, Mr. Amaya, will you come to the podium? After that, Angelo King, will you go to the chair? Hi, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ruben Amaya, August 22nd, 1983.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You got booked in for dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference April 4th at 8:30 in the morning, which is 2 weeks from now. Preliminary hearing April 8th at 8:30. Same court in downtown Phoenix, and that address will be on your paperwork. You qualify for release on your own recognizance. You don't have any prior felonies. I don't have any reason right now to think you won't come to court. So, comply with your conditions, don't miss your court dates. You land back here if you miss a court date, Mr. Amaya, and then you get stuck with a bond, okay? All right, if you step to your left, I'm going to give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. King? All right, Mr. King, and then Eric Norris, will you please go to the chair? Hi, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Angelo Giovanni King, 7/26/94.
Okay, thanks. Mr. King, you're here on a new case. You got arrested for possessing both narcotic and dangerous drugs. Those are Class 4 felonies. Also, drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your status conference is going to be April the 4th at 8:30 in the morning, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30. The address is on your paperwork. Now, I'm going to follow the recommendation, which is to give you a try at pretrial services supervision, which means you're being released. You have to report to pretrial because you have priors. But all of your priors are drug priors. Many people in your situation are still getting probation offers in drug cases. So I'm trying to motivate you to go to court.
Okay.
Could you have a prison outcome in this case? Yes, based on your criminal history. But your entirety of your criminal history is drug possession. So come to court and talk to your lawyer. Report to pretrial. We're going to give you an envelope. I believe it also has a bus pass in it, so don't lose the envelope. When you get out, call that number. Don't miss your court dates, okay?
Okay.
All right. Step to your left, you get a copy of your
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Mr. Norris, Eric Norris, and then Raylan Polson. Will you please go to the chair? Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Yes, ma'am. Eric Daniel Norris, 7981.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Norris, you're here on a new case. You were booked in for one allegation of theft by control of stolen property. For purposes of this hearing only, the court found probable cause on that as a Class 4 felony. They booked you on it as a Class 3 felony, but their value allegation was 1 penny short of the threshold for Class 3. So, talk to your lawyer about how that works. But for purposes of this hearing, there's probable cause for theft as a Class 4 felony. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your status conference will be April the 4th at 8:30 in the morning. That's about 2 weeks from now. Preliminary hearing, April 8th at 8:30. Everything's on your paperwork, including the address. And I'm going to follow the supervision level recommendation, which is pretrial. This is a property crime. You do have priors. I will note, just for your benefit, the state recommended a $10,000 bond for you, and I know why. It's because they appear to have some solid evidence, and you are not short of priors. But the priors are a little bit old now.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to get you to say anything. Don't talk about what you've been accused of. But it appears you were cooperative with the investigation, et cetera. So those things suggest to me you are more likely than not to come to court, comply with your conditions, meet with your lawyer, and defend your case. If you don't...
I turned myself in.
I know, I saw that.
Okay.
So we do see,
And returned it.
if you don't show up, when people set bond, they set it based on priors, and you're not short of priors. So if you want to be out of custody while the case is continuing, you need to show up, comply with your conditions. Don't have any contact with the alleged victim, or if it's, the company, don't have any contact with any of them. Don't respond to any contact from them. Don't go there. Don't possess any weapons. You're prohibited. Everything else is on your paperwork, okay?
So it's a $10,000?
What's that?
Is the bond going to be $10,000?
No. I'm releasing you. I'm trying to explain why I'm releasing you.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's a property crime.
Okay. I would definitely...
You have a bunch of priors, the last one of which was a property crime, but it was also 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was a grand theft for alcohol.
I'm hoping that all of this adds up to, you're going to show up.
Yes.
You're going to defend your case.
Affirmative.
You're going to stay away from the alleged victim.
Yep.
As long as you're doing that, you can be out of custody while all this happens.
Yes, ma'am.
So you get the envelope with pretrial's info, call them when you get out. It's got a buzz pass if you need it. Don't lose the envelope, and just don't mess up your release conditions, okay? All right, thank you, sir.
Roger that. Thank you, guys.
All right, Ms. Polson, and then Jessica Natzel, will you go to the chair? Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Raylan Polson. My birth is June 29, 2003.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were booked in for disorderly conduct, a Class 1 domestic violence misdemeanor. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. That will happen at your next court date in the El Mirage City Court, which will be April 8th, a little over 2 weeks from now, 8 in the morning, April 8th. Okay. And I am also willing to release you on your own recognizance, but you're going to get domestic violence release conditions. You need to stay somewhere else while the case is pending. You can couch surf wherever. You just can't live where the alleged victim lives. So no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. And in this case, I ended up being unsure. I was going very fast. I do want to reprint this because you live in the same house as your brother, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, you can't, you can do a civil standby. I want to reprint hers, please. And I just to clarify in my orders, because it's often very confusing, it can be confusing, like who is the alleged victim in a disorderly conduct case? Because in your case, it could arguably be your mom or your sister. I want this to apply to your brother only. So in my order, I said for purposes of this order, the alleged victim is your brother. There's an argument to be had, you can talk to your lawyer, that your mom and sister were alleged victims, but I think that's maybe an order too far. So I'm limiting the no contact order to your brother. So that means you could call your mom for a ride when you get out, so it's okay. Just don't have her take you back to the house. Okay. Your mom can bring you your stuff. If you need to do a civil standby, you can do that. And so that should help you comply as well. I just want you and your brother far apart, okay?
How long, I'm sorry, how long does
Till
usually
another
last?
court orders differently, or until the case gets dismissed. And so it's at least until the 8th, or if your case gets dismissed before that, then these orders would go away. So you can call El Mirage City Court. I'd give it call 4 or 5 days beforehand to make sure you get a solid answer. Okay. Ask them if you still have a court date. Okay. If they tell you you don't, it means the case did not ultimately get filed by the El Mirage City Attorney. This is getting a little complicated.
Yeah, just a little bit. But
let me keep it simple. As a general principle, these apply until the El Mirage City Court orders differently. Okay, which could happen as early as April 8th. So just do your very best to comply with those. As I recall, you've got juvenile history, but nothing that gave me serious pause that you're dangerous to your brother. And so, I can see, you had a fair amount of juvenile history, but it was all this sort of thing, which speaks to me as much of a difficult childhood as it does of anyway. I didn't consider any of that to reflect on your character as much as other types of juvenile offenses. None of them were felonies. And we do see a lot of young people come through with a lot of misdemeanor DV in their juvenile history, which can often have as much to do with the family they grew up in as the person. So I just want you to be sure to understand adult court is not juvenile court. And if you violate this, the cops are going to arrest you for violating the no contact order. If it's done in a way that could be PC for harassment, probable cause, you could be held on a felony. Like, things get very bad if you violate these release conditions. So I'm releasing you to go out and just be a grown-up and comply.
Thank you.
But there are a lot more consequences of violating now than there used to be out of juvenile court. So please take these seriously. Don't miss your court dates. And just remember, this is not forever. I know it's going to be inconvenient and it might be a little bit hard. It is not forever. This is basically just a keep away order between you and your brother. Show up for court, okay? All right, good luck, ma'am. You take
Thank
the
you
paperwork,
so
you'll be able to. Mr. Natso, and then we will get cleared. I'll do my house calls and then we'll wrap up, okay? Is that okay, officer? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Natso, where's Jessica Natso? Okay, hi ma'am, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Jessica Lynn April 42593.
Okay, thanks. You are here on a bench warrant, which is a failure to appear in a pending case. This was a status conference on February 14th of this year. You've already been charged in this case with possessing narcotic and dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and false reporting to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. You have also already had a lawyer appointed to represent you. I'm going to reschedule that status conference for this Thursday, March 27th at 8:30 in the morning. And the reason I saved you for last is I'm actually going to give you a do-over in this case. I don't do that very often, and I did it for specific reasons that I'm going to tell you, and I don't like a lot of other people to think that they might get it out of me too. That's why you get saved for last. Here's why. You were in a diversion program. They kicked you out. They set a court date. You didn't keep in touch with anybody. You probably didn't get the notice, and it turned into a warrant when you weren't there. But this is your first warrant in the case. You have no felony priors. You did not come in on new charges. You didn't lie to the cops, fight with them, or run from them. You didn't cause any trouble. You are very likely going to get another chance at diversion. And I don't want to hold you if you'll just show up and talk to your lawyer. And so that's not a guarantee you get another diversion offer, because that's up to the county attorney. That's not up to the court. But in my experience, they typically will let people have 2 tries at diversion before they completely kick them out and just make them go to trial or take a plea. So I'm trying to encourage you to go to court. I think it's very likely when you show up, they're going to offer to let you go back into diversion. So, plan accordingly. Don't miss it. It's the 27th at 8:30. You'll have a lawyer there. I do want you to report into pretrial, maybe help keep track of you a little bit. You do have other release conditions. Just know that if you miss that next court hearing, everybody down here is just going to stick you with the bond. So, anyway, everything's on your paperwork. Step to your left, you get a copy. Okay? Yeah. Good luck. All right, we're going to get people launched that way, and then we'll go. We're just waiting for the door to close. Okay. All right, we're clear, yeah? Okay, thank you. All right, let's start with Mr. Rojo. I don't know if you guys want to do a group session, but probably we can just do one defendant at a time. Okay, all right. Okay, sir, let me start with your full name and date of birth.
My name is Jeffrey Daniel Rojo. I was born 2/24/1991.
Okay, thanks. And let's let Mr. Derek step up and appear with you. All right, go ahead and announce for me.
Clark Derrick on behalf of Mr. Rojo, present in custody, standing to my left, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Rojo, you have been arrested on a grand jury warrant because you've been indicted on the following charges. 1 count of child abuse as a Class 2 felony. 8 counts of sexual conduct with a minor and dangerous crimes against children. Those are all Class 2 felonies. 4 counts of child abuse as Class 4 felonies. 2 counts of furnishing obscene materials to a minor. Those are Class 4 felonies. The alleged offense dates range from January 25th of 2020 to May 4th of 2024. Looks like the indictment was handed down March 20th. So you'll get a copy of the indictment and police reports through your lawyer. Mr. Derrick, should I appoint a lawyer for your client as a backup? Are you a limited NOA?
Your Honor, I filed a notice of limited appearance this morning. Okay. I have been representing Mr. Rojo for the past year as the case investigation developed. He was simply just arrested last night. No one knew about that, so we haven't had a chance to move forward beyond today.
So do you think should I appoint as a backup in case or no?
It's probably a good idea.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, Mr. Rojo, is because you qualify for court-appointed counsel, did you do the financial? Hang on, you may not have done the financial. Let's see. Did you do the financial interview?
I was asking questions about my finances, where I work, how much I make.
Okay. All right, let me look real quick because sometimes the data doesn't compile correctly, so this is the interview details is what I'm looking at. See, I don't know why it didn't carry over to the thing. Our system is so clunky. Okay. All righty. So, so Mr. Rojo, you do qualify for court-appointed counsel if you can't afford one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to appoint the public defender's office. They will see that Mr. Derrick has been made a limited notice. They'll be talking. If you ultimately do hire your own lawyer, the public defender will happily withdraw. But this way you don't go without a lawyer, while the case is pending. And Mr. Derrick can explain more of that to you, but that's mostly just to cover our bases for you. You're going to be arraigned 1 week from today, which is March 28th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. All right, Mr. Derrick, looks like bond was set out of grand jury at $1 million cash, and well, with EM, but that's legally required. So, okay, Mr. Derek, what did you want to say on release conditions?
First of all, is it 1 million cash? It looked like in the paperwork that it said both, 1 million cash.
You know what? Now, looking at this, and this is frustrating. I'm going to look at yours too, Counsel, because I see where there is a more clear X and then a squiggle of cash. And I could wish that the Honorable Commissioner, who I like and respect, had been more clear about her intentions, but I'm going to double check because I think I was interpreting that wrong. I think the check mark is pretty, I mean, I'd say clearly, I don't love, if it was me, I would have scratched out both the box for cash and the word cash so that nobody would think that, and I probably would have circled secured. Right. But I will tell you that I do actually interpret this, based on my million years of experience here, as the intention was secured. Okay, all right, so we can stop. As a
cash-only bond, did you say?
No, secured. I do actually interpret that squiggle, and I have pretty high confidence, is that I was reading it too quickly. I missed the little X in secured. I just saw the squiggle on cash. Yes. So I do agree that what was ordered out of grand jury was 1 million secured, that she changed it from cash. All right, so go ahead, Mr. Derek.
Your Honor, first of all, I've been representing Mr. Rojo since May of last year, so we're coming up on 2 years here this May. That was when the investigation was first became known to us. Immediately, I was in contact with Detective Gardner from the Mesa Police Department, indicated him of my representation, and I presented to Detective Gardner at that point and to the Maricopa County Attorney's Charging Bureau a fairly detailed, long explanation of why I felt a summons in the event that a case was filed at some point, why I thought it was appropriate, and I listed a number of reasons. I was prepared to just sort of, those reasons still apply, and I was just going to enumerate those, okay, if I could, for you. Sure. But I might also say that in this last year, not only have I been representing him with respect to this investigation, but Mr. Brad Tenbrook, who's another lawyer in the community here, has been representing Mr. Rojo in the DCS matter that's been pending and being litigated. So that's to point out that he's made all of those appearances. He's been in court. He's had court appearances. He's met with lawyers, myself, Mr. Tenbrook, repeatedly over this period of time. When I took this case, he was 33. He's 34 years old.
And you're talking about court appearances in the dependency case?
I'm sorry?
In the dependency case you're talking about? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. I'm sorry. The Department of Child Safety.
Right. Okay.
He's 34 now, Judge. He has no criminal history whatsoever. He's lived in Phoenix almost his entire life. He moved here in Arizona with his family about 30 years ago. He went to high school here. He distinguished himself in high school. He went to Boys State. He was included in the who's who among America's best high school students. He graduated from Highland High School. He went to ASU and graduated in 2014 with a degree in engineering. He's been continuously employed, Your Honor, since graduating in 2014 by Empire Construction Equipment Suppliers in Mesa. He's what's known as a reliability engineer, Judge. He has the full support of his mother, who is outside waiting for the termination of these proceedings. And, excuse me, I've spoken to both his mother and his mother-in-law, and his wife is the co-defendant in this case. They're both extremely supportive of him, somewhat skeptical of some of the allegations, as you might expect. This came about as an arrest last night. No one had any forewarning of it at all. I know that when the police came a year ago to visit Mr. Rojo, that he was pretty forthcoming with them at that point, very cooperative, and has remained cooperative ever since. So I think if we're going to talk about bond in the sense of whether someone is a flight risk or not, he certainly isn't a flight risk. I understand the severity of the charges, Your Honor. There's no sugarcoating that at all. On the other hand, he's demonstrated over this year, he's known about this investigation. He's known that there was a likelihood at some point of criminal charges being filed. He's remained here the whole time. He's stayed in contact with me. He's continued to work at his job. He has maintained steady contact with Mr. Tenbrook, too, in the DCS dependency proceedings, which have been fairly continuous and fairly involved over this last year. And Mr. Tenbrook and I have exchanged notes back and forth about that and had repeated consultations with Mr. Rojo. I guess what I'm saying, Your Honor, is this is a gentleman who recognizes the severity of what he's charged with. He's not making light of any of this. He's terrified. But I think it would. I think $1 million, even a secured appearance bond, in this particular gentleman's case, is tantamount to no bond, really, given the family's finances and so forth. So I'm asking that respectfully, Judge, that you at least consider reducing that so that he might continue with his employment, continue meeting with his lawyers, and not be locked up for the pendency of this case, which promises to be a very long time.
All right, thank you. Mr. Rojo, I've considered what the charges are against you. As we all know, I don't know what the underlying allegations are against you. Those were presented to the grand jury. They heard the evidence, and they found probable cause to charge you. And while this court has the authority to change the bonds issued out of a grand jury, the court is very reluctant to do so, and very especially in cases of this nature. And it is typical that lawyers argue that we consider that, and I'm told very frequently that people did not flee. They cooperated with the investigation. They say they would have self-surrendered had they known, or they would have responded to a summons. That is all something that I do hear a lot. I believe that the police typically ask for a warrant because they're afraid people may flee once they know for a fact they've been charged. But it's also true to say that bond is intended to secure appearance not just at early hearings, but throughout the entirety of the case, and to surrender for any adverse or guilty verdict. And that calculus can change drastically throughout the life of a case. It can change drastically when people think they're being investigated and they might not be charged, to when they are 100% sure that they in fact have been charged with prison mandatory offenses. And so this court believes that the assessment for risk of flight isn't just a snapshot in time. It isn't just today, because you may not have fled today. You may not have. Does not mean you will be sitting at the table when the jury comes back. And so the court must consider that as well. I also have to consider that what has apparently been alleged against you are alleged as dangerous crimes against children, which is a not inconsiderable sentence, and implies significant danger to at least the alleged victim, if not persons in the community. And so that being said, this court is now prepared to substitute its judgment. Sometimes lawyers tell me, and from talking to people downtown, I'm told that they do not turn down motions to modify on this basis, where they say, well, if I don't have a change in conditions, they won't consider a modification motion. I don't have any reason to believe that's true, but to the extent that it may be useful, I note that my decision to affirm this bond, which is my decision, is made without prejudice to you guys bringing this motion downtown, where the facts will be known to the court. The allegations will be known to everyone. There will be victims' rights complied with, and this can be more properly addressed. And I do believe pretty firmly that it should be addressed in the trial court, because I don't have enough information to make a good decision. And so I don't want to substitute my judgment for Commissioner Garfinkel's decision, who did hear what the basic nature of the allegations were against you, and selected this bond, and obviously contemplated it long enough to say it doesn't need to be cash. So talk to your lawyer about that, and I know motions to modify are typical downtown. Some get more traction than others, but this is certainly a case where obviously you can note, because it's the truth, that the commissioner at IA stated that being unaware of the nature of the allegations against you, believed that it was right and proper to defer to the judgment of the person who issued the warrant. So in any event, that is my decision. I am going to issue other orders along with it. That's going to include electronic monitoring, which is legally required because of the sex offenses alleged against you. I wanted to double check, Mr. Derrick, does your client have any other children besides the alleged victim?
I'm sorry.
Does your client have any other children besides the alleged victim?
Yes, he has. He has a young daughter who is a biological daughter of both he and his wife, who is now living with his mother as a 6-year-old girl. Okay. All right. And what is the age, if you know, rough age, if you know, Mr. Derrick, of the alleged victim in this case? She's what? 14. 14. All right. And she's, of course, not in the home either, Judge. Okay, I understand. And in this case, and I need to make a record under the Simon Dane case, I am going to order no contact with your other children at this time because research indicates that people accused of this type of crime have with enough frequency also victimized other children in their family that this court is not, this court is not willing to permit contact between you and your other child at this time. I mean, categorically no contact with the alleged victim. And that's true for your other child to the extent that the trial court makes different orders. Your lawyer can address that with them. So if you have been allowed to have contact with that child by DCS, that stops now, unless and until you get a different order from the trial court. All right. Okay, I think that's everything. Any questions? As far as I know, okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we're going to get that printed for you. And if you want to use the room, I've got to do Ms. Webb's case, and then I do have some house call records to make. Thank you, sir. All right, thank you. Always nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you. All right, let's get Ms. Webb up here. And I did order no co-defendant contact. You guys can make a motion, but I did order no co-defendant contact for right now. Okay, all right. So, all right, thanks. All right, and let's get your client in here, counsel.
I'm sorry?
We need to get your client in here.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I was about to call the case and I was like, we're short.
We're missing somebody. You stay safe, Clark. Continue.
Oh, yeah, please, come in. Yeah. I was just killing time. Come on in, Ms. Webb. All righty. Ma'am, can we start with your full name and date of birth, please?
Catherine Margaret Webb, 5393.
Okay, thanks. And counsel?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jason Carpella, DM Cantor, on behalf of Ms. Webb on a limited notice of appearance. Okay. We would ask to appoint public defender for purposes of future hearings.
All right. So, ma'am, I am going to go ahead and appoint a public defender for you in this case. Maybe you heard from the last case. It's basically as a backup. You are entitled to hire the lawyer of your choosing. If you can, the public defender will withdraw. All righty. So, you have been indicted by a grand jury on new charges, which are child abuse as a Class 2 felony and dangerous crime against children, child abuse as a Class 4 felony, 4 counts of the Class 4 felony. The alleged offense dates for these are January 25 of 2020 through May 4th of 2024. There's one child abuse charge that was alleged on May 7th of 2024. And you will get a copy of the indictment and police reports through your lawyer. All right, you're going to be arraigned on March 28th at 8:30 in the morning. That's in the downtown Superior Court, 1 week from today. That'll be on your paperwork. Before the court sets conditions of bail or release, counsel, what did you want to recommend?
Your Honor, a few things, and I do understand this is a grand jury warrant. I would just like to make a record of one thing, with specifically towards count 1. It is, and I'm going to echo something that Mr. Derrick said previously. Ms. Webb is a current client of the Cantor Law Group on the family law side. There is a dependency petition that's been filed with a trial that, my understanding, is currently scheduled in approximately 4 weeks. The case number, in case the court is interested.
I'm not, I believe you.
Okay. And so looking at count 1, based off of the information that I've obtained and reviewed and read, looking at count 1, I'm very unclear and concerned on how that is charged as a Class 2 versus a Class 4 because it has the same dates of range. And then do not know if that is a typo or error. But my understanding that there was never an allegation of death or serious physical injury. I'm not agreeing to the other allegations. I'm just
I think
stating.
it's circumstances likely to produce. It doesn't have to have produced.
Right. So the concern that I would have there is the date range is January 25th, 2020 through May 4th of 2024. The same date ranges for counts 2, 3, and 4. And so I just would like to make a record on that. I believe that would be additional charge. Nonetheless, I'd point out Ms. Webb has been involved, has attended all of her dependency hearings. She does have private counsel. She is gainfully employed. She does work for, it is called, I don't want to mispronounce it. It is called what? Detox?
Detox for Life.
Detox for Life. It is a facility company that sells saunas. So she is gainfully employed. She resides in Arizona. Her entire family resides in Arizona. She has no ties outside of the community, outside of the state of Arizona. She is not a flight risk. Different than the other allegations that her co-defendant has, there are no allegations of sex crimes. There is one allegation that's DCAC, but that is a child abuse allegation, which she adamantly denies. She does have the love and support of her family. Her mother-in-law, the co-defendant's mother, is present in the waiting room. She's been involved as well. The purpose of, she's lived in Mesa, Arizona with her husband for nearly 8 years. With her boyfriend, they're not legally married. They've been together for nearly 8 years. There are 2 children. Both of them are outside of the residence. One has been placed with DCS and the other one is with the mother-in-law. So there are no children at the residence. There are a number of pets at the residence, but there are no children at the residence. Based off of the purpose of initiating a bond is to ensure her appearance at court. My defense's request, the $500,000 secured appearance bond with electronic monitoring respectfully is excessive for somebody who is 4 Class 4 felonies and a Class 2. The electronic monitoring, I understand, is required on the allegations for the co-defendant, but they're not statutorily required for Ms. Webb. And as far as the bond goes, I do believe it is supposed to be secured appearance. This happened once before. They crossed out the number and they raised the number, but then made it secured. And so I do believe that was the intent here.
I think so too. Yes, I should have said that. Yes, I saw that. Is it went from 2 to 5 and changed from cash to secured. I agree.
And I've seen that once before, so I assume similarly it was the same situation. So we would ask the court to take that into consideration. She has been involved in the DCS matter throughout. She, with supervision, has been seeing one of the children every night with supervision, doing homework and bedtime routine with supervision approved by DCS. That trial was scheduled to happen in approximately 4 weeks. As the court may be aware, this is going to have a significant impact on that potential trial or hearing and the potential outcome of that. And that is, I would echo what Mr. Derrick said, the arrest was candidly unknown, was unexpected. There's been in communication and contact regarding a self-surrender, a summons, a promise to appear in court. And then the government can proceed however they would like, but there was an attempt to resolve this prior to this occurring. So, Your Honor, I understand that the current bond is at $500 secured. We would ask under the consideration, due to the fact that she's not a flight risk, she has no ties outside of the state of Arizona, she's gainfully employed, her entire family resides in Arizona, and additionally, she has private counsel. Furthermore, she has a current DCS case, which she's been actively involved with one of our attorneys. So we'd ask the court to consider reducing it to a $200,000 secured appearance bond and waive with pretrial services and waiving electronic monitoring. If the court is inclined to reduce it but would like to keep electronic monitoring, she has no concerns or issues, and she would be willing to surrender her passport.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, ma'am, I have considered what your lawyer has had to say, as well as what the nature of the charges are against you. I don't know, again, the underlying allegations. And just to address your points, counsel, the potential for duplicitous or multiplicitous charging between whichever it is, because it's been a while since I had to analyze that, it's one or the other. I don't believe there's, even if it is literally what you say it is, meaning they have charged both as to one offense. That's every DUI case ever. And so they're literally allowed to do that. It basically gives them options at trial. So I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. I also don't presume that it suggests the state did that or that they lack confidence in their abilities to secure a conviction on the two, so they also charged the four just to back it up. I do not know, because as I noted before, I don't know what was presented to the grand jury. A dangerous crime against children is something that is serious. It carries very serious penalties, and it certainly carries with it an implication of danger to at least one person in the community. That would be the alleged victim, as well as the multiple Class 4 child abuse claims. I do take very seriously the fact that the commissioner clearly gave thought to the bond in this case. She gave thought to it because she changed what the county attorney proposed. She changed it in two specific ways. And I believe that reflects, I mean, again, in general, I am not prepared at a hearing like an IA hearing to change the decision of a judicial officer who did know the facts. Now, am I empowered to do so? Yes, I am well aware that I am, and I have. It is not common, though, and not typically in a case like this. And as I noted to your husband, this court is very concerned about appearance throughout the case and surrendering for an adverse verdict. Surrendering of a passport is great. Most people can walk over the border into Mexico, though. It's a little harder than it used to be, not impossible. So the surrendering of a passport is something that's not a bad idea. I'm not going to order it right now, though, because I'm going to affirm this bond, and the clerk's office doesn't like when we do that. And as you may be aware, Mr. Carpel, that just reminded me, there's a very storied case about that involving Mr. Cantor. Prosecuted at the time when I was at the AG's office by Ted Noyes, who was then my colleague. So I just remembered that. In any event, also, the purpose of bail it's not just to secure appearance. If you read the Arizona Constitution, it's also to protect the community and to protect against victim or witness intimidation. There are actually three purposes of bail in Arizona. But of course, we all know the primary one is appearance. We do know that. And I am concerned, though, that something was described or alleged to Commissioner Garfinkel that made her think it might be a flight risk or at risk to persons in the community. So that's another reason why I believe that affirming it is the right one. I also believe, based on the fact that a grand jury heard evidence and found probable cause to charge you with these level of crimes, that it is important for the safety of your other child for this court to shut down the visitation right now. I'm doing a blanket no contact order, and the reason for that is there has now been established probable cause for something that meets the elements of very serious crimes against one of your children. And this court believes that in that event, that the need to protect your other child from the potential risk that you pose to them outweighs your liberty interest in parenting that child. That is a decision that the trial court can revisit. And I know your lawyer knows how to put that in front of them. But that is my order today, because it is this court's belief that the calculus changed dramatically between yesterday and today, because now you and your co-defendant know that you've been charged. You just aren't hoping that you won't be. You know that you've been charged and that you don't face as long as a prison sentence as he did. Okay, wait, you want a second to talk to your client? I mean, if you want something said, I don't mind if you got to mute the phone though. Okay, anything that you wanted to add, Counselor?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, and so talk to your lawyer about any motions to modify that, and as I said, in the co-defendant's case, Mr. Carpel, this court certainly believes that I don't believe that the commissioners downtown refuse to hear motions to modify, or they decline them because you haven't presented a change in circumstances. But to the extent it helps you, here I am on a recording saying, I would find it to be a change in circumstances that you are able to put the matter in front of a judicial officer who will know the allegations in the case. I don't. And on those, on that issue, I am not willing to substitute my judgment based on that it doesn't make it more fair to change the bond without both parties present, just because the state is allowed to go to the grand jury and get a bond on a one-sided presentation. I recognize that is a one-sided bond presentation at the grand jury. But I also believe this is not the place to revisit it. Two wrongs don't make a right. I'm not calling it wrong. I didn't mean to say it that way. But that's not how we solve this. We solve this by getting in front of a judge with everybody knows what everybody is talking about, and it can be properly considered. And that day is not today. So I am affirming the bond, and same orders that I gave your co-defendant. No contact with him, no contact with any minors right now, no exceptions, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, obey any order of protection that may be served on you, absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. And I am going to impose the ankle monitor because Commissioner Garfinkel thought that it was going to be a benefit, and because if you are out of custody, this court believes that it will at least incrementally help to keep you honest about complying with your release conditions. It is not statutorily required, but I am ordering it. So everything's going to be on your paperwork. Counsel, we can get that printed up if you want for a moment in the room.
Thank
okay,
you.
Great. I'm going to do my house call.
I'll be brief. I know you got house calls. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much, Judge.
All right. Then let's do house calls.
Is it okay if we go first and then I grab the paper?
Sure. Okay? All right. Let's see. And so, officers, we've got Chris Dimitrov, Cordell Kimbrough. I know why Jose Garcia is a house call, because he became disruptive in the gallery and got himself escorted out of court. But for Cordell Kimbrough and Chris Dimitrov, are they not physically present in court because they were isolated as a potential risk of danger to themselves or others?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Then I did get an affirmative answer from the Sheriff's Office, so I will go conduct those initial appearances in person, in-house, immediately following this recording. I'll advise Chris Dimitrov, born 2/27/80, that he or she is here on a new case out of the Buckeye City Court. They got arrested for assault and disorderly conduct. Those are Class 1 misdemeanors. I did find probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent, looks like it's Mr. Dimitrov, at his next hearing, because this is a DV case. So, that arraignment hearing is going to be March 26th at 1 in the afternoon. That is this Wednesday in the Buckeye City Court. And based on the allegations and Mr. Dimitrov's criminal history, I'm setting bail in the amount of $2,000 secured in this case with written conditions. He has a max risk assessment score, and there are factors in this case that strongly suggest he is likely to violate release conditions, including that he allegedly told the police he was going to get out of jail and go back to that, quote, bitch. And he was continuously belligerent with officers. He was too intoxicated to make it into court. I did consider the written victim impact statement, which said the word nothing under every question, which leads the court to believe it may be an attempt to recant prior statements by the alleged victim. I don't know if the alleged victim is listening to the live stream or is here in court, but this court notes that Mr. Dimitrov does not have permission to have contact with the alleged victim, nor respond to any contact from her. So she should not set him up for failure by contacting him first. He is not permitted to have contact with her. All right, Mr. Kimbrough, Cordell Kimbrough, born 11/23/91, is here on two matters. One is a bench warrant for failure to appear. Actually, they both are. And the first case has been charged with danger of drug possession. It is a Class 4 felony, and he failed to appear at a review hearing. And I believe he's on a mental health probation court calendar. This issued March 19th of this year. I'm not appointing a lawyer for him because he does not appear to be in probation violation proceedings. This is a therapeutic court warrant. So I'm just going to affirm the bond amount. It is $100 secured per case for $200 total, and give him the next court date on that calendar, which is this Wednesday, March 26th at 10 in the morning. And I'll set release conditions for him, which do include calling his PO within 72 hours of release. Jose Garcia, born 11/1/91, I'll advise him he's here on a probation warrant for his Class 4 felony. There was a petition to revoke filed back on November 13th that alleged that he violated Terms 3 and 5. I'll let him know he'll get a copy from his lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for him. His court date is going to be a revocation arraignment of possible disposition hearing in the downtown probation court on March 28th at 8:30 in the morning. And I am setting a $250 secured appearance bond in his case with written conditions. I'll go over with him. If anything changes after I conduct these initial appearances in-house, I will come and update my written order. It is not the court's intention to update this recording. The final written order will reflect the court's ultimate decision during that initial appearance hearing. And with that, this court is going to stay in a recess until 5 p.m. this afternoon.
All right. Thank you, officer.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Please be seated. Do we have the interpreter with the court?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon or evening. Jose Garcia, Arizona Credential with CITS.
Thank you very much. Are you one of the court's interpreters or you a contract?
I'm with CITS, Your Honor. My oath is on file.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Will you please invite Hector Rodriguez Ibarra to the podium, please?
¿Puede pasar, por favor, el señor Héctor Rodríguez Ibarra al podio?
Sir, if you are partially bilingual, please wait for the interpretation before you answer.
Señor, si usted es parcialmente bilingüe, de todos modos espere la interpretación antes de responder.
Please tell me your name.
Dígame, por favor, su nombre.
Mi nombre es Héctor Rodríguez Ibarra.
My name is Héctor Rodriguez Ibarra.
Sir, this is a warrant for your arrest. Interpret, please.
Señor, esta es una orden para su arresto.
One count of narcotic drugs and one count of drug paraphernalia. Interpret, please.
una imputación de la tenencia de droga narcótica y una imputación de adminículo de droga.
I have appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 27th day of March, downtown Phoenix. Interpreter.
Le nombro a un abogado. Su siguiente audiencia será el 27 de marzo en el centro de la ciudad de Phoenix.
Bond was set by another judge, $2,500. Good luck, sir.
La fianza la fijó otro juez en la cantidad de $2,500. Buena suerte, señor.
Mr. Interpreter, I believe that's all of my Spanish, but in case I missed one, can you give me a courtesy announcement?
Absolutely, Your Honor. ¿Existe alguien más presente esta tarde que necesite los servicios de interpretación? Si puede, por favor, levantar su mano o mencionárselo a los custodios.
I see no hands raised, and the officer just affirmed that. Sir, thank you for going into your personal time. I hope you're getting paid extra. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. May you and your staff have a wonderful day and weekend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as you just saw, I'll call you up to the podium one at a time. When you get to the podium, I need your name. I'll tell you the charges you're here on. I'll appoint most of you an attorney. I'll set your next hearing date, give you a location. I'll set your general release conditions. All of you will have general release conditions. They are as follows. Do not make contact with the arresting officers. Do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid license. Keep us informed as to where you are living. If you are on probation, you'll be ordered to contact your probation officer. If the charges you are here on indicate there may be a victim, you'll be ordered to stay away from the victim and also not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Folks, it will all be handed to you in writing at the end of your hearing. Please take your time and read it. Thank you, folks. And what number are the victims here on? 16? We'll go out of order and go to number 16. I've also read the victim's impact statement on number 13.
Would you like me to move it up?
No, I'll do it from right here. Ms. Johnson? Ms. Johnson, come on up. Ms. Johnson, tell me your full name.
Deidre Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, which is a Class 3 felony. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have the following rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you a loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your chance to tell me what I should do with this lovely lady between now and the next hearing. Does one of you want to tell me what you feel I should do?
Pay for what she's done, Your Honor.
One more time, sir.
I think she should pay for what she's done, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Miss, I have appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 27th day of March, downtown Phoenix. A bond is $10,000. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not make contact with the alleged victims. Good luck, miss. We'll see you at the next hearing on the 27th. Sir, miss, thank you very much. The hearing is now over. Someone will be out there to walk you. Thank you. Did you move it? Yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah. Sean? Sean? Come on up, Sean. After Sean is Nicholas Wilson Johnson.
Sean Santisteban, January 8th, 1980.
Thank you very much, sir. I greatly appreciate that information. Sir, this is a burglary case, a Class 2 felony, 2 counts of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, criminal damage as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir.
Okay.
Your next hearing is the 27th of March, downtown Phoenix. Sir, because this allegedly happened while you were on felony release for another matter, the law tells me I cannot bond you at all. I have to hold you non-bondable, but the next judge does not have that restriction on the 27th. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Nicholas, come on up, Nicholas. And after Nicholas is William McCoy. Tell me your full name, sir.
Nicholas Wilson Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, or is it Wilson Johnson?
It's Wilson Johnson.
Wilson Johnson, I apologize, sir. Sir, this is 1 count of kidnapping as a Class 2 felony, 1 count of unlawful lawful use of means of transportation, Class 5 felony, endangerment, a Class 6 felony, 2 counts of aggravated assault, Class 6 felonies, 1 count of fighting, misdemeanor, 1 count of failure to obey a police officer, misdemeanor. I have appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 27th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $50,000. Good luck, sir.
50.
Well, so, Mr. Wilson, I apologize. They just added a probation violation. You have a probation violation, same attorney. Your probation revocation date is going to be the 28th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $50. Good luck, sir.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
William McCoy. After William is Gerald Booth. Good evening, sir. Tell me your name, please.
William Dion McCoy, sir.
Sir, this is 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, Class 2 felonies, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony. I have appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing downtown Phoenix is on March the 27th. Bond is set at $50,000. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Booth, Jared. And Adrian Tovar is after Mr. Booth. Jared?
Oh, he's the one that we put.
We removed him from court because he's bad at it.
Okay, all right, we'll treat Mr. Booth as a house call. Can you put a little house on that for me so I don't forget about it? Adrian, come on up, Adrian. Mr. Tovar.
Yeah.
Come on up, sir. Benjamin and Gary is after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, sir.
Adrian Samuel Tovar.
Mr. Tovar, you have 3 different matters. The first one is ag assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, Class 4 felony, disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 27th of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $10,000. The next 2 are both probation violations. I've appointed you an attorney on each of those, same attorney on all 3. Your probation revocation date is going to be on the 28th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Each one of them carries a $50 bond. Please reach out to your probation officer. They may have some ideas to how to put all this together and get it over with for you. Good luck.
You said reach out to my probation officer?
Please, yes.
And that she might have an idea to help me out?
To help you with this.
Do you know I can get a hold of her number?
Sir, I do not. You call the general number for probation. That'd be my best guess.
Okay.
Good luck. Benjamin, Gary. Mr. Gary, come on up. And Wendy Solis is after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, sir.
Benjamin Cole Gary, Your Honor.
Sir, you have 2 different matters. The first one's resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony, obstruction of justice by failure to give a true name, which is a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 27th, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $1,000 by another judge. The next one, sir, is aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, aggravated assault against a first responder, a Class 5 felony, resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony, criminal damage as a Class 6 felony, assault as a misdemeanor, and again, obstruction as another misdemeanor. That might be a double charge, which I don't know if that's true or not, but that's why I'm appointing you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 27th, downtown Phoenix. A bond is set at $7,500. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wendy, please come on up, Wendy. And then Jenkins is after Miss Felice. Tell me your full name, please.
Your Honor, it's Wendy Esmeralda Navarro Solis.
Thank you, Miss. Miss, this is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony, and there's 3 counts of that. I've appointed you an attorney, Miss. Your next hearing is March the 27th. Bond is set at $7,500. Good luck, Miss.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Jenkins. And Roberto Vasquez is after Mr. Jenkins. On the other side of it. Thank you very much, sir. Tell me your full name, sir.
Tamorion Jennings.
Sir, this is aggravated assault on a first responder, 1 count, Class 6 felony, resisting arrest, Class 6 felony, second resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing, downtown Phoenix, on the 27th of March. Bond is set at $5,000. Good luck, sir. Roberto. Come on up, Roberto. And then Laura Hernandez is after Mr. Vasquez. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Roberto Vasquez Jr.
Thank you. Sir, you have 2 different petitions. The first one is theft of means of transportation as a Class 3 felony and dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony. I have appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing on this petition is the 27th of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $2,500. The next one, sir, is a probation violation matter. Same attorney, different date, the 27th. Strike that, the 28th day of March. I set bond in the amount of $50. You might want to reach out to your probation officer. They may have some good ideas that might help you. Good luck, sir. Laura, Miss Hernandez, and then Roberto Gastelum is after Miss Hernandez. Tell me your full name, please.
Laura Hernandez.
Ms. Hernandez, this is the drug paraphernalia case. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is on the 27th of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $2,500. Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
Roberto. And then Mr. Robbins is after this gentleman. Good evening, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Roberto Gastelum.
Sir, this is unlawful flight, a Class 5 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is March the 27th, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $2,500. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Robbins? Come on up, Mr. Robbins. Good evening, Mr. Robbins. Tell me your full name.
Louis Robbins.
Mr. Robbins, this first matter is out of Goodyear. It's driving on a suspended license, revoked or canceled license. It's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm not allowed to appoint you attorneys on misdemeanors like this. You're going to meet the judge who can on the 26th. He wants an unusual bond amount, $423, which tells me that's usually failure to pay fines and fees. But again, I don't have the Goodyear records in front of me. And the second one's another driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled license. That's out of the Parker Justice Court. Again, I cannot appoint you an attorney. That's up to the Parker judge. You're going to meet the Parker judge on the 26th day of March in Parker, Arizona. Again, another unusual bond amount, $1,024. Again, my best guess is fines and fees. But again, I don't have Parker's records in front of me either. Good luck, sir.
Am I bonded or?
Yes, you have 2 bonds. About $500, $1,500 total. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Abigail. Come on up, Abigail. After Abigail is Bill. Miss, tell me your full name.
Abigail Maricopa.
Miss, you have 3 different matters. The first one's a probation violation. I believe all of them were probation violations. But, I'm appointing you an attorney. Your probation revocation hearing is on the 28th day of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $50. The next one, miss, another probation violation. Same attorney, same hearing date, the 28th. Same location, downtown Phoenix. Same bond amount, $50. The last one, miss, is shoplifting as a Class 4 felony and criminal trespassing as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you that same attorney. Next hearing date's a different date, the 27th day of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $1,000. Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
Bill, come on up. After Bill is Raymond White. Come on up, sir. Tell me your full name, sir.
Bill, a copy that?
Sir, this is unlawful flight from law enforcement, which is a Class 6 felony, and also driving under the influence, which is a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 27th day of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $1,000. Good luck, sir. Raymond White? Raymond Wright. If I said White, I apologize, Raymond. After Raymond is Joseph. Good evening, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Raymond Wright III.
Thank you. Sir, this is taking contraband into a correctional facility as a Class 5 felony, drug paraphernalia as a Class 6 felony, disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor, criminal damage as a misdemeanor. I have appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 27th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $1,000. Good luck, sir.
Okay, yeah, I have a question.
I may not have an answer, but go right ahead.
Do you know why it's a felony one?
Pardon me?
Do you know why it's a felony one?
A felony 1?
Yeah.
There's nothing there is a felony 1.
Oh, it's just...
Read that paperwork. It says exactly what it is. Good luck, sir.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Yeah.
Joseph. Charnel. After Joseph is Brandy Russell. Sir, tell me your full name.
Joseph Thomas Charnel.
Sir, this is 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence. Those are Class 4 felonies. And 2 more aggravated driving under the influence. They're third in time is what they're called. So you have 4 aggravated driving under the influences. Maricopa County Public Defender will be your attorney. Your next hearing date is going to be the 4th of April, downtown Phoenix. You're being released to pretrial services. The officer's going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it all carefully. Those are the rules you have to follow between now and the next hearing on the 4th to stay out of trouble. You'll be out in about 6 hours. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Good luck. Mr. Russell, Brandy Russell.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Tell me your name, please.
Randy Russell.
Ms. Russell, this is a dangerous drug case, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, miss. 2 hearing dates coming up, the 4th and the 8th, both of them downtown Phoenix. You're being released to pretrial services. The officer's going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it carefully. Those are the rules you have to follow between now and the 4th to stay out of trouble. Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Ashby, Miss Ashby, come on up. And let the record reflect, well, one, this is not related to Miss Ashby, but I have read the victim's impact statement on number 13. Come on up, miss. Tell me your full name, please, miss.
Elizabeth Ashby.
Miss Ashby, this is 1 count of dangerous drugs and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, Class 4 and Class 6 felonies. 1 count of driving under the influence as a misdemeanor, a 2nd count of driving under the influence as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, miss. You have 2 hearings coming up, the 4th and the 8th, both them downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out here in about 6 hours. Good luck, miss. Miss, with all DUIs, there is what's called an admin per se, and that means you may not have driving privileges. Be careful. Good luck. Philip Pope? Philip, come on up. Stephen is after Philip. Cully. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Pope, Stephen Pope.
Mr. Pope, this is disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor and criminal trespassing as a misdemeanor. It's out of the Fountain Hills Municipal Court. I cannot appoint you an attorney in Fountain Hills. That's up to the Fountain Hills judge. You're going to meet him or her on the 9th day of April. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Go to Fountain Hills and take care of this on the 9th. Put it behind you.
All right, thank you.
Good luck. Stephen. Keith Cole is after Stephen. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Stephen Thomas Cully.
Sir, this is an assault case as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney. Strike that. I cannot appoint you an attorney. That's up to the Santan judge. You're going to meet the Santan judge on the 8th day of April. I believe that's at 222 East Javelina in Mesa. You're being released on your own recognizance, sir. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours.
Thank you, sir.
Stay away from the victim. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Alleged victim. Keith Cole? Come on up, Keith. And Hutchinson is after Mr. Cole. Tell me your full name, Mr. Cole.
Keith Rondell Cole.
Mr. Cole, you have 3 different matters. The first one is a probation violation. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 28th of this month. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in 6 hours. The next one's also a probation violation, and the last one's also a probation violation. Again, you're being released on your own recognizance. Same hearing date on all those, the 28th. Same attorney on all those. Same release conditions on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. So about 11 o'clock tonight, when you step outside this building, first thing you need to do is call your probation officer. I know it's 11 o'clock on a Friday night, but call him.
Okay.
If you follow their rules and my rules, between now and the 28th, you're given the next judge you meet on the 28th 2 very good reasons to not put you in prison. That lovely lady's going to tell me some bad news I don't want to hear.
Keith Cole, Your Honor, he has a $500 hold with Phoenix Bank Court. So
Okay.
you will have to pay $500 to Phoenix.
All right. You got 2 choices, Keith. If you're thinking make the $500, I'll leave it just as is, and you get out of here as soon as you pay the $500. Or if you don't think you can pay the $500, I'll put a very small bond on these, and the next judge can deal with it on the same date, the 28th. What do you want to do?
Honestly, don't want another bond, but I don't think I can pay the $500.
All right, give me a second. Officer, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
And I apologize to the officer and the lovely lady to my left that has now more work to do. Okay, I've done number 9. Done number 10. Also, by sitting in jail, sadly, you get credit for time served to the next judge, which will be helpful to you. I know that's not really a lot of help today, but just something to think about. Mr. Cole, $50.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That lovely lady's printing them. That other lovely lady's going to get the paperwork, but just have a seat and we'll get it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Hutchinson? Miss Hutchinson? Come on up, Miss Hutchinson. And Sutton. Mr. Sutton's after Miss Hutchinson. Tell me your full name, please. Miss, you've got 2 different matters. First one's a probation violation. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 28th, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. Second one's also a probation violation. Same attorney, same hearing date, 28th, same location, downtown Phoenix, same release conditions, your own recognizance. About 11 o'clock tonight, when you're stepping outside this building, you need to call your probation officer. Follow their rules, follow my rules. You're given the next judge you meet on the 28th 2 very good reasons to not put you in prison on the 28th. Good luck, miss.
Yeah.
Sutton? Come on up, Sutton. Mr. Sutton, tell me your full name.
Terrell Sutton.
Mr. Sutton, this is a narcotic drug case and a drug paraphernalia case, Class 4 and Class 6 felony, and a criminal trespassing as a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is the 4th of April, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. Good luck, sir. Mr. McKenna. Mr. McKenna. And Ryan is after Barrett. Come on up, sir.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, sir. Tell me your full name, sir.
Barrett John McKenna.
Sir, this is a drug paraphernalia and a dangerous drug case, Class 6 and Class 4 felonies. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is April 4th, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out here in about 6 hours. We have a diversion program also. You might want to think about that to get this behind you.
Can I ask what the diversion program, is that the 200 or something like that?
The attorney that I appointed will explain all of that to you. It's a good program, tries to get you clean, keep you clean, and then the charges disappear.
I want it. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Think about that. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Ryan, come on up, Ryan. Tell me your full name, sir.
Ryan Scott Toussaint.
Sir, you've got 4 local matters and 1 not local matter. Let me go through the local matters first. You've got a dangerous drug case, Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your hearing is the 27th and the 31st. Bond is $2,500. Don't be real concerned about that. I'll tell you why later. The next one, sir, is driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled license. That's out of Paradise Valley. I cannot appoint you an attorney. It's up to the Paradise Valley judge. You're going to meet him or her. Bond is $50. Again, don't pay much attention to that. I'll tell you why, again, in just a moment. Your next one, sir, is an endangerment, a Class 6 felony, and shoplifting as a misdemeanor. Same attorney that you're on probation for these charges. You're going to have a probation revocation on the 28th. Bond is $50. And the last one is a drug paraphernalia case. I have same attorneys appointed to you. It's a probation violation matter. Your probation revocation is going to be the 28th. Bond is $50. When you walked in to the waiting area out there, the officer gave you a big piece of paper that was laminated. Did you get a chance to read that?
I did not know.
Okay. Well, the long story short, sir, is you're what we call a fugitive of justice. Fugitive of justice simply means another state wants you. In your case, it is Maryland, and they sent out a national warrant for your arrest. We found you. That triggers what's called extradition. Extradition is a civil matter whereby the two governors of the 2 states talk to each other, sign a lot of paperwork, and then you're extradited back to Maryland. That could take up to 90 days. Normally, you're entitled to some type of bond. However, this is a parole violation allegation, and we have the same laws as Maryland. Parole violations are held non-bondable, so you would be here non-bondable. If you were to waive, if you want a hearing, you'll still be non-bondable. If you want to waive and get back to Maryland as soon as possible, you can waive and you'll still be non-bondable, and you have to be waived and have to be back there within 30 days of all the charges here being solved. What do you want to do on this Maryland charge?
Well, sir, I've never been to Maryland.
Well, sir, it doesn't really, I respect you and I believe you, but I've got your picture from Maryland, and it looks like you, and it looks like also the picture we have here from you. It was also verified through Maryland. So I don't know what to tell you. You still got to deal with it, sir. You got 2 ways to do it.
Could it be my older brother? I mean,
sir, I'm going to make life easy for you.
Okay.
Real quick. I'm going to say you're not going to waive, and I'm going to hold you non-bondable. You're going to meet another judge in 10 days. And that other judge in 10 days probably might have more information just to see whether it is an older brother. But I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, sir.
I mean, I've never been to Maryland. So.
Well, sir, you can tell that to the next judge, and possibly we'll have more information.
Okay.
Because we will send Maryland all the information we have on you, and they may come back and say, oops, yeah, it's not. But it's out of my hands and it's out of yours right now.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck, sir, on all 5 of your matters. I'm going to do number 5 now, which is a house call, but it's also an FOJ. Because it is a house call, I'm going to use my judicial discretion and enter a denial on his behalf. Enter a denial on his behalf, and I am going to...
Is number 5 a house call? Because you had given me 5, but then they changed it to 40.
Is Anderson here?
He's here. Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Jared Booth is here. Number 40 on the docket.
Well, let's do number 5 since he's right here, and then we'll come back to Jared.
Okay. Jared, have a seat.
Tell me.
Have a seat. All right.
Why don't we just do him first?
This is Jared.
Let's do Jared first.
Bernard. I'm Bernard.
What is your name, sir?
Bernard Anderson.
Okay, Mr. Anderson, we're going to do yours first. Mr. Anderson, tell me your full name, please.
Bernard Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, you're what we call a fugitive of justice. Did you read a large piece of paper?
I ain't no large piece of paper.
Okay. All right, Mr. Anderson, another jurisdiction wants you, and did the last FOJ already leave? I want to recall his case, but not right now. Okay, don't let him go back. I want to talk to him again. Okay. Because I owe him an apology. Sir, I was reading the wrong case, wrong person. The parole board of Maryland wants you back because they believe you violated your parole. What that triggers is what's called extradition. Extradition is a 90-day process whereby the two governors talk, sign a bunch of paperwork, and you go back to Maryland. If they don't do it within 90 days, you're released from here. That doesn't necessarily solve the problem in Maryland. Or you can waive and go back to Maryland as soon as you can, and we have to get you back to Maryland within 30 days, or we let you out of here. But what do you want to do? You want to waive and get back to Maryland?
I'd rather just take a ticket and go.
Take the ticket and go. Okay, sir, I have to ask you a couple questions real quick.
Yeah.
And you said you did not read the extradition paperwork, but I did explain it to you, didn't I not? I explained extradition to you.
Yeah, that's what you said. I don't believe in justice from another state. That wasn't at the court case, though.
Well, sir, that's between you and the other state. All I know is they issued a national warrant and we found you.
Yeah.
Sir, you understand that you don't have to sign that waiver to get you back to Maryland within 30 days. You don't have to sign that. You have a right to have an extradition hearing in 10 days. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'd rather just get a ticket and go.
Okay. Now, and you want to sign that paperwork, the extradition paperwork, and waive it and go back there in 30 days, correct?
So I got to wait here for 30 days?
No, we're literally, when this hearing's over, that lovely lady or one of her associates is going to send out a notice to Maryland telling them you're coming back. Yeah. And they have to then contact us with a date that they're going to come pick you up. And it must be within 30 days. I've worked with Maryland before over my 25 years sitting up here, and they usually do it real fast.
What's the difference of just charging somebody with something that they don't even know nothing about?
Well, sir, all I can tell you is you got to take that up with the Maryland judge, okay?
What's the charge, though? You got to have...
I do. It's a parole violation.
But what is the original charge, though?
Sir, I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay, I'm just saying, you would know that, and paralegals would know that the real charge is not predating somebody. It's when you substance somebody, when you leave somebody hanging. That's the charge, though. Like the military lied on me, too. Then the guy over there, he hit me with a stick, and then he put feces in my food at cash. So what's the charge on that, though, man? They start doing this stuff now to me because they start calling me names like a child molester, right? So they start putting shit and sperm in my food over cash.
Sir, I am going to enter a denial on your behalf at this point.
That's why Merlin should know that shit, though, man.
Sir, I'm entering a denial. You'll have another hearing in 10 days. Good luck, sir.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I'm just saying, they start doing nasty ass shit to me.
All right, where is Mr. Booth? Mr. Booth, I owe you an apology. Come on back up here, Mr. Booth.
Mr. Toussaint.
Pardon me?
Mr. Toussaint. My last name is Toussaint.
I apologize. I apologize. Trying to find your case again. Sir, I was reading the other gentleman's, you probably have never been in Maryland, but this is out of the East Fork Township, which is in Nevada. I hope you've been to Nevada.
I've never been to Nevada either.
Well, it's the same story. It's just a different location.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We already took care of it all. So, sir, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Good luck. And now you have Mr. Booth back there. Is that right?
No, Booth was the one that was taken out because he's been combative in court.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about Mr. Booth then real quick. Mr. Booth, behavioral issue was failure to register as a sex offender, a Class 6 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, a shoplifting misdemeanor, criminal damage misdemeanor. I've appointed him an attorney. His next hearing is on the 27th. Bond is $10,000. Erica Rodriguez is the last one. Threatening and intimidating as a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor. The Buckeye Court, I cannot appoint her an attorney. Her hearing's going to be on the 8th day of April. She's being released on her own recognizance, but do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do not make contact with the alleged victim. All righty. I'm about losing my voice. Did I miss anything? Okay. All right. Well, sir. All right. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome, Miss Berry.
Are you ready, boss? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Please be seated. Today is the 21st day of the month. Can you hear me in there? Okay, thank you. Today is the 21st day of the month. On the first day of the month, orders were read onto the record that affect all of you regarding DNA and fingerprinting. In just a moment, I'm going to call you up to the podium one at a time. When you get to the podium, I need your name. I'll tell you the charges you're here on. I'll appoint most of you an attorney. I'll set your next hearing date, give you the location. I'll set your general release conditions. All of you will have general release conditions. They are as follows. Do not make contact with the arresting officers. Do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do not drive a motor vehicle without a valid license. Keep us apprised as to where you're living. If you're on probation, you'll be ordered to contact your probation officer. If the charges you're here on allege a victim, I'll order that you stay away from the victim and not return to the scene of the alleged crime. All of this will be handed to you at the end of your hearing in writing. When you have a moment, take a moment and read it. Thank you very much, folks. Mr. Garcia, Michael, you're first, and then Christopher is after Michael. Bellamy? Christopher, why don't you sit next to that chair, the chair next to the door. Been a long day, I apologize. Good evening, Mr. Garcia. Tell me your name, please.
Michael Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, you got two different matters before the court. The first one is narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony, aggravated assault with injury, Class 3 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, Class 4 felony, and resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is the 27th of March, downtown Phoenix. Because this allegedly happened while you were on felony release on the next matter, the law requires me to hold you non-bondable until the 27th. The next one, sir, is a bench warrant for your arrest, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, unlawful flight, a Class 5 felony. Again, I've appointed you that attorney. Your next hearing on this case is on the 31st of March. The judge who issued this wants you held non-bondable until you see him or her on the 31st of March. Good luck, sir. Next judge can change everything. Christopher, come on up. After Christopher is Joey Morales. Tell me your full name, sir.
Christopher Eugene Bellamy.
Sir, this is failure to pay fines and fees out of Pinell County. It looks like more like restitution to me. I cannot appoint you an attorney on that, and the judge wants an bond amount, $28,055. That tells me it's fines and fees, would be my guess. The next judge, he can make time payment arrangements for you. I can't do them here. Good luck, sir.
What does that mean?
That means you're staying here unless you got $28,000 in change in your pocket.
Okay.
Good luck. Pinell will be here in the next couple of days to pick you up. Pinell County. Joey. Come on up, Joey. And then Mark Talman is after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, please, sir.
Joey Luciano Russ.
Sir, this is a narcotic drug case for sale, as well as dangerous drugs for sale, both those Class 2 felonies, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is the 27th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $25,000. The next one, sir, is narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. Same attorney, same hearing date, the 27th, same location, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $50. Good luck, sir. Mark, come on up, Mark. After Mark is Tabitha Weaver. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Mark Tallman.
Mr. Tallman, you have two different matters. The first one is money laundering should be a Class 2 felony. Possession of drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. Dangerous drug transportation, a Class 2 felony, illegal control of an enterprise, Class 3 felony, another illegal control of an enterprise, Class 3 felony, use of electronic device in a drug transaction, Class 4 felony, as well as drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing is on the 27th of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at strike that at $15,000. The next one, sir, is driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled license. I'm not allowed to appoint you an attorney on a misdemeanor. That's up to the West Mesa judge. You're going to meet the West Mesa Justice Court judge. I believe that judge is off of 103rd Avenue. You're going to meet that judge on the 26th of March. I set bond in the amount of $50. Good luck, sir. Ms. Weaver, Tabitha, and then Mr. Clark. Matthew is after Ms. Weaver. Good evening, Miss. Tell me your name, please.
Tabitha Jill Brianna Weaver.
Ms. Weaver, you have two different matters. The first one's narcotic drug.
Tabitha Jill Brianna Weaver.
Ms. Weaver, you have two different matters. The first one's narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, dangerous drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have appointed you an attorney, miss. Your next hearing date, downtown Phoenix, is the 27th day of March. Bond is $10,000. The next one, miss, is a probation violation matter. Same attorney, different hearing date, the 28th day of March. A different bond amount, $50. Please reach out to your probation officer. They may have some good ideas that might help you. Good luck, miss. Mr. Clark, and then Mr. Garcia. Quintanilla is after Mr. Clark. Good evening, Mr. Clark. Tell me your full name.
Matthew Albert Clark.
Sir, this is a burglary in the second degree, a Class 3 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is the 27th day of March, downtown Phoenix. A bond is $7,500. Good luck, sir. Mr. Garcia, come on up.
There you go, quick.
And Kira is after this gentleman. Tell me your full name, sir.
Jair Garcia Quintanilla.
Sir, this is a narcotic drug case, Class 4 felony. Ag assault on a first responder, Class 5 felony. Resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. Driving under the influence as a misdemeanor. And also failure to show identification as a misdemeanor through a driver's license. The ag assault on a first responder, there's 2 counts, and 2 counts of resisting arrest. Sir, I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is March the 27th, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $7,500. Good luck, sir. Kira, come on up, miss. And then Bo James is after this lady. Tell me your full name, please.
Kiara Marie Osef.
Miss, the first matter you have is a probation violation matter. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 28th of this month, downtown Phoenix. I set bond in the amount of $50. The next one, miss, is theft of means of transportation, Class 3 felony, and unlawful flight, a Class 5 felony. Again, I've appointed you that same attorney. Your next hearing date for that matter is the 27th day of March. A bond is set at $5,000 for that one. Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
Mr. James, and after Mr. James, Bo James is Eli Dick. Mr. James, good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Tell me your full name, sir.
Bo Lorenzo James.
Mr. James, this is a probation violation matter. I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 28th day of this month, downtown Phoenix. The judge who issued this wants a $5,000 bond. Reach out to probation. They may have some ideas that might be helpful to you.
Okay.
Good luck.
How do I reach out to them?
The probation officer should have given you his phone number, her phone number.
I was in Coconino County before I came here.
All right. Well, welcome back, so to speak. Good luck, sir.
All right, but how do I get the number, though, is what I'm saying?
Just call the get information and call the general adult probation office number.
Okay.
Good luck. Eli, come on up, Eli. Excuse me. And CJ is after Eli. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Eli St. Dick.
Excuse me. Sir, this is a burglary, a class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Excuse me. Your next hearing is the 27th day of March, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $5,000. Good luck, sir.
All right, thank you.
CJ, come on up, CJ. Mr. Posey? Good evening, sir. Tell me your name, please.
CJ Posey.
I apologize, I mispronounced it.
You're fine.
Sir, this is a probation violation. The first matter, I've appointed you an attorney. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 28th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is set at $50. The next one, sir, is a drug paraphernalia matter, but it's out of Flagstaff. I cannot appoint you an attorney up in Flagstaff. The Flagstaff judge wants a $2,500 bond. You're going to meet the Flagstaff judge on the 26th day of March in Flagstaff. Good luck, sir.
You have a good day.
Angel signs. Angel, come on up, Angel. And Cochran is after signs. Good evening, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Angel Science.
Mr. Science, I made a mistake on this one. Hold on, Mr. Science. I'm going to have to reprint number 32. I apologize. Yes.
Okay, I'll have to do that here.
I'm sorry, sir, I made a mistake. Sir, you got 3 different matters. The first one is dangerous drugs as a class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney on all 3 matters. Your next hearing is the 27th of March, downtown Phoenix. Because this allegedly happened while you were on felony release on another one of these cases we're going to talk about in a couple seconds, I have to hold you non-bondable pursuant to law until the 27th. The next judge can change all that. The next one, sir, is a dangerous drug and drug paraphernalia. Those are class 4 and class 6 felonies. I've appointed you an attorney on that one. I set bond in the amount of $50. The next one, sir, is dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. Again, I've appointed you an attorney. The judge who issued this warrant wants a $2,500 bond. Good luck, sir. And she'll have to get you some new paperwork on that one, that gentleman, that first one, because I made a mistake. Cochran, come on up. And Marvin Lister is after Cochran. Tell me your full name, miss.
Charnel and Jerry Cochran.
Ms. Cochran, this is an aggravated driving under the influence, third in time. What that means is you've had 3 DUIs within an 84-month period of time. I've appointed you an attorney, miss. Your next hearing is the 27th day of Phoenix. Bond is set at $2,500. Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
Marvin Lister, come on up, Mr. Lister. And Donnell is after Marvin. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Marvin David Lister.
Mr. Lister, you're the atypical one here. This is not a criminal matter. This is a child support arrest warrant. It was issued by Laura Giaquinto, Judge Giaquinto. She wants a $1,000 cash bond. I am not allowed to change those by law. You're going to meet a judge who can change those on the 28th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Also, about 30 days after that, you're going to go back and see Judge Giaquinto. So about the end of April, you go back to see her. So good luck, sir. Donnell? Come on up, miss. And then Doug Yazzie is after this lovely lady.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, miss. Tell me your full name, please.
Kaylee Donald, Kaylee Aaron Donald.
I mispronounced your last name. I apologize.
No worries.
Miss, drug paraphernalia is the first one, and it's out of the Pioneer Justice Court. I'm not allowed to appoint attorneys at the Pioneer Justice Court. The Pioneer Justice Court judge wants a $250 cash bond. The next one, miss, is out of the Superior Court. I can appoint you an attorney here. It's drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I did appoint you an attorney. The underlying charge is drug paraphernalia. You're going to have a probation revocation hearing on that underlying charge on the 28th of this month, downtown Phoenix. Bond is $50 that I set. Reach out to your probation officer. They may have some ideas that might help you. Good luck, miss.
Thank you, sir. So does that mean with $300?
$300 cash, you get you out in 6 hours.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Yazzie, Doug, and Miss Travis is after Doug.
Your Honor, I have a question.
I may not have an answer, but go ahead.
Thank you. The only person I really have to reach out to is my mom. I'm from New York. She lives in New York also. I don't really have any friends or family here. As far as the cash bond, how does she do that?
Well, all she'll have to do is contact the court, and the court will tell her how to make that payment.
Okay, but she can even do it with a credit card?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's, I guess, the cash word confused me. So,
Well,
thank you very much, sir.
good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Yazzie, come on up, Mr. Yazzie.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good evening.
Good evening, Doug. How are you?
Good.
Under the circumstances. Tell me your full name, Mr. Yazzie.
Doug Yazzie, second.
Sir, this is 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence. Those are class 4 felonies. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is April the 4th, downtown Phoenix. That lovely right behind you is going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Please read it carefully because you're being released to pretrial services. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. That paperwork tells you what you have to do to stay out of trouble.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck in your next hearing. Christina, Travis, Miss Travis, come on up, Miss Travis. And then Mr. Soto is after Miss Travis. Tell me your full name, please.
Christina Marie Travis.
Miss Travis, this is burglary using a master key. That's a class 4 felony. Burglary tools is a class 6 felony. I've appointed you an attorney, miss. You have 2 hearing dates coming up, the 4th and the 8th of April, both of them downtown Phoenix. You're being released to pretrial services. That lovely lady behind you is going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it all carefully. Those are the rules you have to follow to stay out of trouble. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Soto, David. And then Alan is after Soto. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
David Allen Soto.
Mr. Soto, this is resisting arrest as a class 6 felony and failure to stop when a police officer makes that command. That's a misdemeanor. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is April 4th, downtown Phoenix. You're being released to pretrial services. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours.
Okay.
That lovely lady to your left and behind you is going to hand you a whole bunch of paperwork. Read it carefully. Those are the rules you have to follow to stay out of trouble. Good luck, sir. Miss Allen, come on up, Miss Allen. And Debbie's after Miss Allen. Tell me your full name, please, Miss.
Normisha Tashian-Allen.
Miss, you have 2 different matters before the court. Both of them are probation violation matters. I've appointed you an attorney on both of them. Your next hearing is on the 28th of this month, downtown Phoenix, on both of them. On both of them, you're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here. In about 6 hours. So, unfortunately, at about 2 o'clock in the morning, when you step out of this building, 2:30, I need you to call your probation officer. I know it's Friday night and Saturday morning, but call him or her anyway. If you follow the probation officer's rules and my rules, you're given the next judge you meet on the 28th 2 very good reasons to not put you in prison on the 28th. Good luck, miss.
I'm being released?
Yes, on both of them, yes. Debbie, come on up, Debbie. And Mr. Garcia is after Debbie. Good evening, miss. Tell me your full name.
Debbie Elizabeth Pereira.
Ms. Pereira, this is driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled license. It's a misdemeanor. It's on the Encanto Justice Court. I cannot appoint you an attorney. That's up to the Encanto judge. You're going to meet the Encanto judge on the 10th day of April. Some of the justice courts will take people early. In fact, most of them will take people early. I would suggest, not order on Monday, just give them a call. Encanto Justice Court, the phone number's in the paperwork. Call them and see if you can show up sometime next week and get this over with. It's just a simple fine.
Okay.
Good luck, miss.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Garcia, come on up, Mr. Garcia, and Nicole's after Mr. Garcia. Good evening, sir. Tell me your full name.
Varro Daniel Enriquez Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, this is a bench warrant for your arrest. It's narcotic drugs and drug paraphernalia, Class 4 and Class 6 felonies. I've appointed you an attorney, sir. Your next hearing date is April 4th, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in 6 hours. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Nicole. Miss Peralta.
Yes.
Come on up, miss. And then Jimmy Gilmore is after this lady. Tell me your full name, please.
Nicole Renee Peralta.
Miss Peralta, this is a warrant for your arrest for probation violation. I've appointed, alleged probation violation. I've appointed you an attorney, miss. Your next hearing's downtown Phoenix, and it's on the 28th of this month. It's a probation revocation hearing. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours. When you step outside this building somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, please call your probation officer. If you follow their rules and my rules, you're given the next judge you meet on the 28th 2 good reasons to not put you in prison on the 28th.
Okay.
Good luck, miss.
Thank you.
Jimmy? Mr. Gilmore? Come on up, Mr. Gilmore. And Jacob is after Jimmy.
Thank you, Judge.
Tell me your full name, sir.
Jimmy Gilmore, 83086.
Thank you very much for the additional information. I appreciate that,
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Sir, this is possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. That's a Class 4 felony. I've appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing date is on the 4th day of April, downtown Phoenix. You're being released on your own recognizance. You'll be out of here in about 6 hours.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Good luck, sir.
Highly appreciate you.
Good luck. Jacob, come on up, Jacob. Mr. Whitlow.
So that, Your Honor, he was removed right before court.
Okay, we have a behavioral problem with Mr. Whitlow. Okay. Okay, Jacob's number 38. He is a probation violation matter. I've appointed him an attorney. He's going to have a probation revocation hearing on the 28th, downtown Phoenix. He's being released on his own recognizance. That should make him feel better. Chris Villegas is 18 and 19. It's a trespass case. As a misdemeanor, I cannot appoint him an attorney. He's being released on his own recognizance. Next hearing date downtown Phoenix is the 9th day of April. No, strike that. It's at the Kyrene Justice Court. Chris's second matter is drug paraphernalia. That's downtown. I'll appoint him an attorney. His hearing dates are the 4th and the 8th. Again, he's being released on his own recognizance. Yavonica is number 6 on the court's calendar. Narcotic drugs and drug paraphernalia. Class 4 and Class 6 felonies. I've appointed her an attorney. Her next hearing date is April 4th, downtown Phoenix. She's being released on her own recognizance. Mr. Hall is number 36. Again, a behavioral issue. Burglary case, Class 4 felony. I've appointed him an attorney. His next hearing date is the 4th day of April. He's being released to pretrial services. I'll explain that to him. He has to read all the paperwork. And he'll be out in about 6 hours. I'll explain that to him when I walk back. Erica Crooms is also a behavioral issue, number 28. Strike that 27 on the court's calendar. Aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony. I've appointed her an attorney. Her next hearing date is the 27th of March. Bond is $2,500. Mohammed Hassin is also a behavioral issue. Mohammed, I appointed him an attorney. He's got a probation violation coming up. His probation revocation is going to be on the 28th. He's being released on his own recognizance. I'll explain to him as soon as he gets out of the building. He needs to call his probation officer. Following their rules and my rules could give the next judge 2 good reasons to not put him in prison. Are we still going to do Juan's number 39 as a house call, or did we bring him in?
He is the house call. He didn't finish, and then county attorney on the line.
Okay. Miss County Attorney, I apologize for keeping you waiting. Please note.
That is just fine, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to call number 39 now, Juan Jimenez. County Attorney, please announce for the record.
Good evening, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you, Ms. Stetson. Ms. Stetson, unless you physically want to walk back to the jail door and do an IA there, what is your recommendation at this point in time?
Your Honor, the state is recommending $200,000 cash on this. The suspect is allegedly accused of sexual misconduct with a minor. The minor is 7 years old, Your Honor, and a family member, as well as, what else? I apologize, Your Honor. I had that up, and now I can't find his charges. Here we go. He is charged with sexual conduct with a minor. The minor is 7 years old under the statutory 12-year-old mark, making it the state does believe class 1 felony, Your Honor. Molestation of a child, obscene materials furnished to minors, and indecent exposure, Your Honor. As the state stated, the minor victim is 7 years old. They are also a close family member of the suspect. Additionally, Your Honor, the state should note that the suspect is lives in Mexico. Your Honor, the state doesn't know the immigration status of the suspect, but that's neither here nor there, Your Honor. The issue, Your Honor, is that the state has concerns about flight risk, given that he could return to Mexico, and that would cause a great deal of complexity in returning him to Arizona. So, in addition to standard conditions of release, the state is also asking for no contact with minors and no access to internet except for work or school. Thank you.
Thank you. And the only thing counsel didn't read for me was it's 2 counts of sexual misconduct with a minor. The court notes that's a very reasonable offer the state is making. The court's only concern is that this gentleman drove up from Mexico to self-surrender. The court is going to take that into consideration. The court's going to order $100,000 cash bond, electronic monitoring, house arrest, and prohibition on the internet and prohibition on conduct with minors. Counsel, thank you very much. Again, I apologize for keeping you waiting.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And the court also read the victim's impact statement on number 17 and 39. Did I miss anything else, Fox? All right. Very, very smooth. That was absolutely wonderful. Can you 2 girls babysit me every time? It couldn't have gone easier than that. What's our time?
It is 8:30.
That's not bad. Would that be a calendar?
All right.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 11 p.m. calendar on March 21st, 2025. Orders were given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders remain in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you do have to give those things, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you are going to get an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Everything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded. So please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second thing, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your attorney. I can't answer legal questions for you, so please save your legal questions for your counsel. Finally, you're going to be hearing lots of different dates and different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork, but that's why it's important to keep your paperwork and save it and not lose it. Otherwise, if you end up missing a court date or not following a court order, you could just end up back here. Here's how tonight's going to work. I'm going to call two names. The first name I call is going to come into the courtroom, the podium in front of me. Second name I call is going to sit on the chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar is all finished. Please get Philip Bruning to the podium. Felipe Vega Osuna to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Philip Bruning, 3/26/1987.
Thank you. You are here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for one count of burglary, a Class 2 felony, aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, 3 counts of disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony, 3 counts of threatening and intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $100,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services release. You're going to be fitted with an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any of the victims or witnesses. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey any orders of protection that might be put out against you. And you may not contact any of the victims whatsoever by any means, and you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Come on, please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Felipe Vega Osuna to the podium. Saad Miro to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
March 10, 2004, Felipe Vega.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 3 counts of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felony, 1 count of possession of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, theft, a Class 6 felony, and tampering with physical evidence, a Class 6 felony. I found probable cause on all of your charges except for 1 of the counts of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. Every other charge I found probable cause for. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a cash bond of $50,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services release with an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Does it mean I have to pay $50,000 cash?
50 cash to get out. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Saad Miro to the podium. Eric Higgins to the chair, please. Sir, name and date of birth, please.
Sadmira, June 29, 87.
Thank you. You're here today on a grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on the following charges: trafficking in stolen property, a Class 3 felony; forgery, a Class 4 felony; taking the identity of another, Class 4 felony. These offenses were alleged to have occurred back in May of 2024. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be an arraignment on March 28th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a cash bond, affirming a cash bond of $10,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, and not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If you want, please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Eric Higgins to the podium. Jason Goins to the chair, please. Eric Higgins. Name and date of birth, please.
12/16/99.
Name, please.
Eric Anthony Higgins.
Thank you. You're here today on 4 probation violation warrants. So I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date on all 4 of them is going to be March 28th in the Downtown Superior Court. I am affirming the bond set by a probation violation judge. It's $100 on one, $1,500 on the other, $500 on the next one, and $500 on the last. So a total of $2,600 secured for all 4 of your cases. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Jason Goins to the podium. James Abril to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Jason Goins, August 8th, 1997.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony. This offense was alleged to have occurred back in September of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date will be an arraignment on March 28th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the grand jury. It's a $2,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on supervised release. You'll be fitted with an electronic ankle monitor. You're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any of the victims or witnesses, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And lastly, I'm not sure whether this applies to you, but you may not reside with the alleged victim, even if the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed 1 civil standby with local law enforcement to return to the residence to collect any essential belongings, and you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Well, please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. James Abril to the podium. Ivan Mejia Rodriguez to the chair, please. James Abril. Name and date of birth, please.
James Gregory Brill, 9/14/85.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 28th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. Total of $1,750 secured for both of your cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Ivan Mejia Rodriguez to the podium. Matthew Crespo to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Javier Mejia Rodriguez, 11983.
Thank you. You're here today on 3 separate matters, a municipal court warrant and 2 failure to appear warrants. Let me talk to you about your failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original counsel. Your next court date is going to be March 27th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your original judge. Between the two of them, it's $1,500 secured for your felony cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. And then you have a municipal court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 26th. That's at the Goodyear City Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $200 secured appearance bond. Same conditions of release. You want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Matthew Crespo to the podium. Mercedes Garcia to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Matthew Crespo, 08-13-1991.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Thank you.
If you want, please step to your left. Mercedes Garcia to the podium. Dorian Gaston to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Mercedes Garcia, August 9th, 1990.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court.
Thank you.
Setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with the victims, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
So, am I going to jail?
Unless you,
Or am I getting released today?
No, you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond. So you can work with the bond company if they're willing to work with you.
Okay, so I don't have a release date though?
No, not unless you bond out. All right, thank you. Please step to your left. Dorian Gaston to the podium. Amanda Santiago to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Dorian Gaston, 2783.
Thank you. You are here on a Justice Court warrant and a failure to appear warrant. Name and date of birth, please.
Dorian Gaston, 2783.
Thank you. You are here on a Justice Court warrant and a failure to appear warrant. Let me talk to you about your felony failure to appear. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your original judge. It's a $500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You also have a Justice Court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 26th. That's at the El Centro Justice Court. I'm affirming the bond set by that judge. It's $150. So you got a total of $650 secured appearance bond. Same conditions of release as your felony case. One, please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Amanda Santiago to the podium. Thomas McCollum to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Hi, Amanda Santiago, 11/30/78.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants, so I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 28th. That's in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. Between the 2 cases, a total of $600 secured. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
Okay.
Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Thomas McCollum to the podium. Amber Allen to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Thomas McCollum, August 11th, 1987.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, 2 counts of DUI, Class 1 misdemeanor, and obstruction of a highway or public thoroughfare, Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services release with alcohol testing and monitoring, drug testing and monitoring. Furthermore, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
None from.
Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Amber Allen to the podium. Alyssa Hupton to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Amber Allenton, 1988.
Thank you. You are here on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause on 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, not the other one. I haven't found probable cause on that, and I have found probable cause on the drug paraphernalia. So I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $500. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
And if I can bond out today, I can go home today?
Yeah, you'll be
I
out in
can bond
about
out
40.
right now.
Yeah, you'll be out in about 4 to 5 hours if you bonded. If you paid your bond right now, you'd be
Yeah,
out.
if I can get my wallet, I can pay my bond.
So that's the one issue, and that's the big annoyance for most people. You can't get your wallet until you're out.
No, it's in my stuff.
Yeah, and so you
have to have someone else do it?
and then you have to pay them back.
And, and either way, I have to stay until March 27th?
No. If you can get someone to pay, then you'll be out in about 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Alyssa Hupton to the podium. Raul Valdez Portela to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Alyssa Nicole Cody Houghton, 7/10/84.
Thank you. Apologize for mispronouncing your last name. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 28th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's a $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. One, please step to your left for your paperwork. Raul Valdez Portela to the podium. Jesse King to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
April 5th, 1993.
Name, please.
Raul Valdez Portela.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. This occurred back in July of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 27th and March 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your judge. It's a $50 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Okay.
Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Jesse King to the podium. Justin Fulton to the chair, please. Justin Fulton to the chair, please. Hi, are you Jesse King?
No, sir.
Oh, no. He's Fulton. I need Jesse King, please. Jesse King, please.
Jesse King? He's not in home, he's not in the gallery right now.
Okay, I'll move him. Justin Fulton to the podium. Francisco Gutierrez to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Justin Fulton, 01/27/2000.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 28th in the Downtown Superior Court for both of your cases. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I'm actually going to be releasing you today. but there's some conditions to your release. Once you're out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, though, is once you're out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Sir, do you understand these conditions of release?
Yes, sir.
And do you promise to follow these conditions of release?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to appear on March 28th at the Downtown Superior Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that if you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest, like
Yes, sir.
like it happened this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I apologize about this time. My ride failed to appear. I was my father.
So only reason, the probation violation judge knows your attorney filed a motion to quash that warrant, and so it didn't make it in time to quash it. That's why you were arrested. But your attorney knows where you are, but you got to keep in touch with your PO, and you got to keep in touch with your attorney, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So upon defendant's promise to appear, I'll be releasing you under own recognizance. Want to please step to your left for your paperwork?
Thank you.
Francisco Gutierrez to the podium. Jesus Garcia Ortega to the chair, please. Hi, is the interpreter on the line?
Yes. Hi, my name is Quintina, interpreter 1379096 for Spanish.
Thank you. I'll be speaking to the defendant right now. Sir, would you please state your full name and date of birth?
Hola, seré su intérprete el día de hoy. Esta llamada está siendo monitoreada y grabada para propósito de calidad y entrenamiento. ¿Usted puede decir su nombre completo ahora?
Francisco Eduardo Gutiérrez Valle.
And your date of birth?
¿Su fecha de nacimiento?
10 de agosto 2004.
10 de agosto 2004. August 10, 2004.
Thank you. Sir, you are here on a failure to appear warrant.
Gracias. Usted está aquí, señor, porque usted no asistió para un guarante.
I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going back to your original attorney.
No le voy a asignar a un abogado nuevo. Usted va a tener su abogado que tenía originalmente.
Your next court date will be March 31st in the downtown court.
Su próximo fecha de corte será el día 31 de marzo en la corte del centro de downtown.
At the request of your judge, you're going to be held without bond at this time.
Y el juez ha decidido no darle fianza en este momento.
Please step to your left for your paperwork.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Por favor, párese a su izquierda para darle sus documentos.
Ok, gracias.
Thank you.
Jesus Garcia Ortega to the podium. Oscar Romero to the chair, please. Try to get your full name and date of birth, please.
Puede dar su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Jesús García Ortega, del 2016, octubre.
Jesús García Ortega, 2016, October.
Octubre.
October.
Thank you. You are here on a new case in the Superior Court.
Gracias. Usted está aquí por un caso nuevo en la Corte Superior.
You've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony.
Y usted ha sido arrestado por asalto agravado, una felonía nivel 3.
Asalto agravado. Creo que está equivocado. I'm sorry.
Aggravated assault, I think that's incorrect.
I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 27 and March 31st in the downtown court.
Le voy a asignar un abogado. Sus próximas fechas de la corte van a ser el día 27 de marzo y el 31 de marzo en la Corte Superior del Centro.
I have found legal cause to hold you on this charge.
y encuentro de que hay causa probable para que usted se quede en custodia.
I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $100,000.
Y usted tiene una fianza que le voy a poner de $100,000.
If you're able to pay that bond and are released, you'll be placed on supervised release and you will have an electronic ankle monitor.
Si usted puede pagar esa fianza y usted puede salir, usted va a estar puesto en una fianza donde usted tendrá que tener un grillete y también usted va a estar siendo supervisado, va a estar monitoreado.
Furthermore, you are not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness.
También usted no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto ni con ninguna de las víctimas, ni con ninguno de los testigos, y tampoco puede volver a la escena del crimen.
You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Usted no puede tener con usted ningún tipo de armas, ni drogas, ni alcohol.
Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Por favor, párese a su izquierda para darle sus documentos.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Oscar Romero to the podium. Jesse King to the chair, please. Sir, could I please have your full name and date of birth?
Señor, puede dar su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Oscar Armando Muñoz Romero, septiembre 21 de 1975.
September 21st, 1995, Oscar Armando Muñoz Ramiro.
Romero.
Oh, I'm sorry, Romero.
1995 or 1975?
1995 o 1975?
No. 1975.
1975.
Thank you. You are here on a Superior Court grand jury warrant.
Gracias. Usted está aquí por la Corte Superior para hacerle un juicio.
The grand jury has found legal cause to hold you for conspiracy, a Class 2 felony, transportation of dangerous drugs, a Class 2 felony, and illegal control of an enterprise, a Class 3 felony.
Okay, aquí el jurado ha decidido de que tenemos causa probable para que usted se quede en custodia. Usted ha sido retenido porque han decidido de que usted estaba transportando sustancias ilegales que son clases 2 de felonías.
I am assigning you an attorney, and your next court date will be March 28th in the downtown court.
Le estoy asignando un abogado nuevo. Su próximo día de corte es el día 28 de marzo en la Corte Superior del Centro.
The grand jury has set a bond of $75,000 cash.
El jurado ha decidido de que su fianza es de $75,000 en efectivo.
If you are able to pay that bond and are released, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Si usted puede pagar esa fianza y usted queda en libertad, usted no puede tener posesión de ningún tipo de arma, alcohol o drogas.
Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Por favor, párese a su izquierda para darle sus documentos. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. That should be everything.
Thank you for using our services. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to call one warrant, please.
Medical supervisor, vehicle check.
Jesse King to the podium, please. Thank you for your patience. Could I please get your full name and date of birth?
Jesse Allen King, 10/28/90.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court Nuke case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 4th and April 8th in the downtown Superior Court. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you today, but there's some conditions to your release.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, you're going to be placed on supervised release once you're out. Furthermore, once you're out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Sir, do you understand all these conditions?
I do.
And do you promise to follow all these conditions?
I do. And supervise, what exactly does that entail on?
Yeah, so let me get through this first.
Sure.
And do you promise to appear on April 4th and April 8th at the downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
And do you understand that if you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest?
I understand.
All right. So upon defendant's promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call pretrial services. They're your supervisor. It's your responsibility to call them tomorrow during normal business hours. If you fail to call them and their number is going to be in your paperwork, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And then they'll give you instructions on what to do, okay?
Correct.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. If you could please clear the courtroom.
How you doing?
Sir, could I please get your full name and date of birth?
Cordes Davenport. Cordes Juwan Davenport, April 2nd, 1997.
Thank you. Sir, you are here on 3 separate matters: a Superior Court new case, a municipal court warrant, and a probation violation warrant. So I will talk to you about your Superior Court new case first.
All right.
You've been arrested for luring a minor for sexual exploitation, a Class 3 felony. Transmission of obscene materials to a minor, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 27th and March 31st in the downtown Superior Court, setting a cash bond of $100,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services release, fitted with an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with the victim whatsoever, not to have any contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Also, if you're able to bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 28th in the downtown Superior Court. Setting a placeholder bond of $50 in that case. Sir, please don't pay that bond unless you can pay your entire bond. Otherwise, you won't get credit for time served. Same conditions of release. Finally, you have a municipal court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is March 25th. That's at the Peoria City Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $320 secured appearance bond. Again, same conditions of release. During the pendency of your case, if you're still in custody, they will either transport you for that case or they're going to video call with you. All right. Want to please step to your left for your paperwork. William Perez, I'll be visiting him back at his cell. He poses a risk of harm to himself or to others. William Perez, date of birth 11/12/91. He's here on a Superior Court new case, arrested for criminal trespass, class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigned counsel. Next court dates March 27th and March 31st in the downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $250. If he's able to bond out, he's not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. Not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Must obey all orders of protection. After I visit with Mr. Perez back at his cell, if there's going to be any changes to these release conditions, I'll come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 11 p.m. calendar.